Wait a second. You're giving me this entire cake?
Yeah. Or else we can throw it away.
There's only like one slice taken out of it.
Yeah, I had one slice.
What the hell? Jesus Christ. What kind of cake is it?
It's chocolate.
Chocolate cake. Jeez, I wish I could share it with people like on stream.
That would be cool.
That would be cool. There's only like one slice.
Oh, no.
Loops. What the hell? Jesus Christ. What kind of cake?
Alright, well, anyway, I'm here.
So, Halloween traffic. Halloween traffic is what got David, which makes total sense.
Did not expect it for some reason.
Halloween traffic sucks.
Yeah, especially because like I have to drive through West Hollywood, which is maximum.
Maximum Halloween territory.
Yeah, that's right. Dude, you're gonna send me on cake loops. Yeah, that's basically what this is. Jesus, I just ate dinner too, dude. Seriously.
You don't have to eat any, but it's right here.
And that's a pumpkin pie, huh? Pumpkin pie.
Well, anyway, what do you want to start with?
We can start with. Do you want to do Canada Cup or do you want to do Injustice first?
Let's do Inge.
Inge, okay. Let's do this then.
Because it took place
first.
I'm gonna take a whiz and then I'm good to go.
Okay, no problem. All right, I'm changing this to FGC News. I don't know if this will actually fit, but hopefully it does. Dude, I don't have to eat it. Dude, if you guys saw this and you're telling me I don't have to eat it, man, telling me I don't have to eat it. Dude, I'm going to show you guys this cake. It's okay, dude. It's okay. You guys will see the cake. As you also, I don't know if you can actually hear about all sorts of things going on in the background and stuff. God, even this dollop of whipped cream looks ridiculous. And the crumb on the crust, holy crap. This thing looks amazing. This whipped cream and these crumbs here on the, oh my god.
Oh boy, alright, let's go live.
Alright, ready?
We will definitely talk about the old Combofiend.
That is for sure. Alright, let's do this. Okay.
Good evening, and apologies for being so late. This is the Tuesday show. I'm Ultra David.
Yep, and this is Halloween. So Halloween traffic, in case you guys don't live in Los Angeles, whenever it's Halloween in LA, traffic becomes a nightmare. So David just got stuck in traffic, so apologies about that. And I don't think they can see, oops, and it's not uncensored either. Let me kill that message here as well. Boom. And boom, there we go. So that should fix it. But before we do that, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn this off and I'm going to turn this off really quick. Yeah, look at this.
So
whipped cream too. It's like this dot. I mean, is it flavored? Is it like pumpkin flavored whipped cream?
Only one way to find out.
God damn it!
But it is pumpkin flavored pie.
Yes, it is pumpkin.
So here's
pie,
the
clearly.
story. I was gone for a little while. I went to the ELEAGUE, which we're going to talk about shortly. I went to the Canada Cup, which I also went to, and we'll talk about shortly. I was there for the Quackening.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll talk about that. And there's other stuff we'll talk about. But James the Fattening. That's great. So anyway, I am dating a professional pastry chef.
It says, "Welcome home Ultra" on the cake.
It sure does. It sure does. So she whipped me up a little something. And, hey, look at the piping. The piping's great. Look at this.
Dude, there's so many little flowers on there. I mean, dude,
stuff. That's great.
She worked hard. Watch for your elbow, dude. Watch for your elbow. Dude.
Anyway, also, she's working on a set of pies because her friend is going to get married and does not want a cake, but she does want a pie buffet. So my girlfriend's making a pie buffet, and she has to test out all the pies. This is a vegan pumpkin pie.
A vegan pumpkin pie?
Yes. Are you more curious now?
Yeah, I am, actually. I've always wanted to try a vegan cake to see how it tasted. Dude, like, this is... So, during the course of Canada Cup this past weekend that we were at, you know, there was... I told you, we went to shawarma that one time for lunch, right? Before that, I went to the shawarma the day before while you guys were in ELEAGUE.
Makes sense.
And then the night before, I ate at the bar that was over there, right? Those are the only 3 hot meals that I had. Outside of that, during the course of Canada Cup, was a bag of Doritos, a bag of Cheetos, a bunch of Timbits, like a bowl of like a cereal, one of those really terrible microwave udon bowl things.
I had that itself.
Krispy Kreme, dude. Like this
Wow,
was the
tough.
absolute worst weekend.
Tough.
I felt so fat afterwards, and so this is not. I was like, all right, this week I'm gonna. And then you bring me this.
Seriously, we can just throw it away. It's fine.
But you can't throw it. Look at how beautiful this is.
It is fantastic, but I have strict orders not to come home with any pie or cake.
You know what? What I might do is I'll try to cut down part of the ultra so it's not obvious like who it is and it doesn't seem weird.
Genius.
And what I'll do is I'll give it to like my brother to drop off at his work.
I like
and then
it.
He can just drop it off there and just be like, "Hey guys,
You got it, man. Cake. Yeah.
So there you go.
No, the vegan pumpkin pie is really good. I guess some people are going to go to the wedding who are vegan, so she's making this.
Smart.
The whipped cream quenelles. That part is not vegan.
Oh, that's
So
why
she just
there's
put that on
difference.
there because
Yeah.
like I don't know.
She knows I like that.
She doesn't
whipped
care
cream,
about
right?
that.
Yeah, no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Anyway, so James can eat it or not. Let's talk about ELEAGUE.
Yes.
ELEAGUE Injustice 2. So it officially started this past weekend.
After the final, after the last chance qualifiers of the previous week.
Correct.
Qualifiers? Did I call it that?
I like that a lot, actually.
The last chance qualifiers.
Nice work.
Which Forever King made it in.
Forever King and Foxy Grandpa both qualified into the final, into the actual ELEAGUE. So that started, and it was, same thing as last time. It was on Twitch for the first part of the tournament, and then the second part of it was on TV, on the actual television. But it was also streamed on Twitch, and they did a better job of that this time. Previously, they just showed the actual matches themselves, and then a chair or something.
Right,
for the rest of it,
during
just,
the break,
some nonsense.
yeah.
But this time they had Z and Rip doing, they were talking about whatever they were talking about.
So, because before in Street Fighter they had 4 commentators. This time they had 6, and the reason why they got the extra 2 then was to put them, I guess, on this Twitch stream, so that way there wasn't just nothing going on during the break. So,
I believe
cool
you're right.
stuff. Cool
Yeah,
stuff.
I was happy that they did that. And anyway, it was a TV show, and the production from a commentary perspective, from what we do, same as going to just regular FGC.
Okay. I mean, it wasn't a lot of extra things in your ear or whatever like that, so it wasn't actually
It was
that
literally
much.
just Spencer's in your ear,
Right,
and now
yeah.
some other dude's in your ear.
And sometimes Spencer, when he's in your ear, doesn't know he's in your ear, Spencer.
That is true.
He did that at EVO 2 years ago, and me and Sajat were like...
I remember, yeah. He still gets crap for it.
Yeah,
So that was whatever. But it was cool. I mean, it was a fancy looking thing, and some people showed up locally to watch the event, and it was cool. The matches were sick.
Yes! I mean, look, obviously there's only one real main story. I mean, there's a lot of stories, but the main one that everyone wants to talk about from the ELEAGUE was that all 6 commentators got their prediction of the first match incorrectly.
Not only that, but we got our prediction of the last match incorrect too.
Oh, yeah?
Or second to last match, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, we all did terribly on that.
And that is because the first match of the evening was going to be Sonic Fox and Forever King, who made it in via last chance qualifier.
Qualifier, you're going to stick with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So the first one was indeed Sonic Fox versus Forever King, and they produced all this video about Sonic Fox, and it was all because they expected they're just going to have.
Was his name on the trophy already? And then
right?
yeah.
For sure. But anyway, yeah, he lost. Sonic Fox lost
first round.
to Forever King first round.
But it's okay because he had the losers bracket to make it all the way through, right?
That's what he thought. You turning that on?
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't work out for him anyway.
He lost to Forever King again in the very last match of the week.
Do you have the results up, or am I just
I
continuing
thought
to look
I
for
thought
them
you
right
had
now?
I thought you had the results up.
I'm trying to make it happen as we speak. But
Oh, sorry, I wasn't even. I don't think I have the results up. You were there. You should know the results by
I don't
heart.
remember every match. Come on,
Go,
buddy.
come
You
on,
serious?
come on, dude. That's you're in ELEAGUE now, right? So that you have to study up on these things. But who qualified on the winner side was this? So there's 2 weeks. There's 2 weeks, right?
Right.
And this is the first set, and then there's another set afterwards.
Yeah. There's
right?
also Group B, which is coming up this coming weekend. All right, I got it.
Okay. Sorry, I literally it wasn't on
Jeez.
anything. So okay.
So Sonic Fox lost to Forever King 3-1. It wasn't even 3-2.
Okay.
Bam. Then after that, Honeybee beat Hey George. Hey George is a player from Chile who's a Blue Beetle and Joker, but he got dunked 3-0. Then DR Gross beat Nubkicks 3-1. He had lost the previous time, but this time he beat him.
Okay.
And then Dragon basically ate Bambuka's breakfast.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
3-0.
He was the one that you were talking about last week that
Bambuka.
might have cheated to his way in here.
Almost
right?
certainly cheated.
Yes.
Almost certainly cheated. He used different characters than
the ones that he qualified.
than the one that he
with?
had, it was an online tournament. So, he used different characters during the online tournament. He played way better all of a sudden. He happened to be playing the characters that his buddy who lives locally to him is known to play. It's like obviously some nonsense. But anyway, he got dunked. And then in loser side, Sonic Fox actually asked Dragon, I was like, hey, Bambuka did better against you than I thought. Like, he took a round or something. And Dragon was like, yeah, wasn't really trying.
He took a round. He took a round.
He wasn't really trying, he said so. Sonic Fox then beat Hey George 3-2, but it definitely could have been 3-0 Hey George.
Really?
It definitely could have been. It probably should have been. But Hey George panicked and did this random super and he died. And then Sonic Fox figured it out. So he could have gone 0-2. He really could have.
Dang.
Then Nubkicks beat Bambuka 3-0. He didn't win any games. So, obviously.
So here's my question then. I mean, did it feel like it was that Sonic Fox was maybe a little rusty because of too much Marvel?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Right.
That's what he said. And it did look that way. He was dropping combos, he was dropping execution, not even just combos, but like he would get inputs rather than the special moves he wanted, like like the buttons rather than the actual input.
Interesting.
He was out of it, dude.
Okay.
Then Forever King beat Honeybee 3-2, which was pretty close. Dragon destroyed Gross 3-0. Dragon then won the whole thing with 3-1 over Forever King. Yada yada yada. Sonic Fox beats Nubcakes, Forever King, then beats Sonic Fox. Again.
Yeah.
And then we were wrong about that too. Again, everybody at ELEAGUE, all the commentators, we all picked Sonic Fox to beat Forever King at the start.
Yeah.
Seemed reasonable to me. But then on the run back, we all also picked Sonic Fox to beat.
Because he had gone through far through the losers bracket, things were coming back, he was all ready to go, and it didn't happen. But was it 3-2? It was 3-2 in the last one.
3-1.
3-1.
It was 3-1, 3-1 both times.
Okay. I actually saw a little bit of that one. It was like right after the team tournament stuff had finished, and I was just sitting there on the floor watching it on my phone, and as soon as Sonic Fox lost, all I heard from behind me was, "No, Sonic Fox!" from Justin Wong.
Yeah, he lost. So, I don't know. It did seem to me like he was rusty. It really did.
But so, I mean, that's, saying that he's rusty is almost kind of a little sometimes unfair to the players that beat him,
Oh, sure.
right? So, did Forever King also look stronger than he normally did?
Yeah, that was the best I've ever seen him play.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay.
And he said that, too. He said that was the best he's ever played.
Okay.
And he did really, really play well.
Yeah.
So.
Batman's cheap.
Batman's
I'm just
definitely
kidding. Yeah, I'm
good.
not saying.
Oh,
I hate that because I say that and it sounds like I'm trying to discredit Forever King, but
No,
it's just me being salty because I hate that character.
I mean, he's crazy, dude. He gets
all
to
it
do
is.
wild stuff. So, as a result, Dragon and Forever King qualify into the playoffs, which is just the top four.
Right.
Because there are only 2 weekends of this in terms of the group stages.
But there's 3 weekends total, right?
That's the last one is playoffs.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
So next weekend, this coming weekend, is going to be Samij. Wow, round 1 is Samij versus Foxy Grandpa, which is probably grand finals.
Do you remember when we were talking last week and I was like, what would happen if Sonic Fox lost and would you pick the field over blah, blah, blah? And I said, if Sonic Fox goes out, I think Samij.
Okay.
So Samij is my pick right now.
Okay, all right. I think Foxy Grandpa's going to beat Samij, but all right.
Oh!
No, I don't know. I'm just saying that.
I'll bet you some cake for it.
Tekken Master versus Killer Shinnok, Hayate versus Emperor Nyx, and Theo versus Happy Pal. So there's going to be some cool ones in there. But I think that the first weekend was definitely the most interesting in terms of player matchups.
It sounded like a lot of the DR Gross and Forever King and Sonic Fox and Dragon all over there. So.
Yeah, good lineup for sure.
Okay.
So, Yeah, anyway, it was cool. Hope people enjoyed watching it. It was like pretty cool to work on, and
seemed like a lot of people enjoyed your initial call out at the very beginning.
Oh, that was funny.
On TV, right? So that
that was on the Twitch.
Oh, that was only on Twitch?
Yeah,
that wasn't on TV?
No.
Damn, okay, that would be sick.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
TV.
But that was my opening line. Dude, it's super weird.
Okay, so if people don't know, the first time ELEAGUE was on there and you were talking about the Wolf Chrome K-Brad thing, you know, he tweeted out, Richard Lewis tweeted out that, you sounded like you were just a bitter guy tweeting from home or whatever like that.
Or whatever like that.
And then you basically open your line with, I'm glad to no longer have to be that bitter guy tweeting from home.
That is right.
Yes.
Yeah. So that line was given to me by Ryan Kazmer, who apparently got it from Callisto.
Oh, yeah. Because Callisto was like, I saw,
Yeah. And that was funny. I did that in rehearsal the day before.
Okay.
And Richard thought it was hilarious.
Okay.
I mean, his Twitter is a wild place. I don't understand it, but in person, he's like really nice, and he is very easy to work with, and takes jokes and tells jokes really well. And he like knew everybody's kids, and he was like, hey, dude, I don't know the dude's name. How's your kid? His birthday is next week, right? And it's like that kind of thing. It's like, and it's not like a show put on for me. It's like this is actually him at ELEAGUE. I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you, but that's the guy who in person.
Honestly, it just sounds like a movie, right? You see this guy, yay, and then like he goes home and he's like sharpening the knife or something.
Dude, it's wild. I'm not claiming that like that's how he always is. I don't know the guy very well, other than like the last 2 weekends. But definitely at ELEAGUE, that's how he acts. So yeah, he thought it was hilarious. I thought it was funny. He thought it was funny.
And then he got mad at Kazmer on Twitter for suggesting it, right? Yeah,
yes,
or something.
He did. He got mad at Kazmer for suggesting it in the first place.
That's weird.
These two things, I don't know what to tell you, buddy. I don't know what to tell you. But
maybe someone else does control his Twitter.
I'm not sure. But in any case, really that's how it goes. So we'll see how it continues to play out. And so far, I'm having a good time.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
Yeah.
But that's going to be...
He's a cool dude to hang out with, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Next week is going to be Group B, and then the week after that's going to be the top four. Basically, the grand finals of the event.
Correct.
Nice. Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
That will be on TBS for your parents. And for you, it's on Twitch.
Are your predictions to make it out of Group B?
Dude, it's really hard, because I really feel like I would say Samij and Foxy Grandpa, just seeing the list of names.
Unfortunately, they have to play each other in the first round because Foxy Grandpa was the last-second qualifier. So, do you think whoever loses that is just going to make it out of loser's bracket potentially and take everybody out?
No, I guess probably not. So, my prediction is that I would say Theo and Foxy Grandpa. Okay. It's done. Samij loses, Hayate loses, Tekken Master loses. I don't know. I'm not confident in that.
All right, and then next week, then we'll see who you would pick for grand finals and to take the whole thing, because I'm very interested in that.
Yeah, dude, it's going to be cool. By the way, shout-outs to EMP Roach King's Thighs. Can you scroll up a little bit?
Okay. EMP Roach King's Thighs.
That's a real human being. Did you know that?
I've heard about this guy, actually. Yeah, wasn't he at ELEAGUE or something like that? Or,
indeed, he works at ELEAGUE.
Oh, he works there.
Or I mean, I don't know if it's a contract or employee basis, but in any case, he was doing work there, and I
remember Sejam.
Yeah, that was cool. Nice to meet you in person.
Yeah, Sejam was talking about that. I think at one point in time that there was like a dude named EMP Roach King's Thighs, and sure enough, he's was a real dude.
So. Derek Wiley. I've seen his name in chat many times, but I met him in person, and he really exists.
Nice.
So.
All right.
Alrighty. High five.
Did you mean mean or him?
Mean.
I said mean. Dude,
yeah.
I can't talk today.
Yoon. I meant Yoon. Alright, enough about ELEAGUE. Anything else there?
I think I'm EMP Roach King's Thighs.
Yeah, that was basically the conversation.
Shout outs to Level Up Your Game in the chat as well. All right, I guess that's all I've got on ELEAGUE, unless there's anything else that you wanted to talk about.
No, that's it.
All right, then we can move on to the Canada Cups. As soon as XSplit lets me scroll, please, XSplit. Thank you. There we go. All right, Canada Cup results. So Canada Cup, a premier event this weekend
For Street Fighter.
for Street Fighter and for wasn't it a Tekken World Tour one as well, or no?
That I'm not sure of.
Okay, but always a big event, right? Because it comes at the very tail end of the Capcom Pro Tour season. So
Yep.
for Street Fighter, it's always a big deal.
For sure.
A lot of people with their last chance to secure their spots or to get themselves the last boost they need to make it into Capcom Cup, which actually did come to fruition this weekend and everything like that. However, Canada Cup, in my opinion, that's not the premier event of the weekend. The premier event of the weekend of Canada Cup is always Super Turbo, in which they fly out a bunch of Japanese players there.
Yes.
There were 7, 8 Japanese players who played in the team tournament, but then 6 who played like in the singles tournament.
Nice.
Dude, there was just, and all the like Damn Dive flies out for this event. Ultra Combo from NorCal flew out to this event. You know, like there are people from everywhere showing up to this event, and so for me, that's always the highlight of Canada Cup.
Makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. And it was kind of one of the main reasons why last year I said Canada Cup was like my favorite event, because
Understandable,
Super
dude.
Turbo was just super hype, and I'm always excited about that. So
Yeah, man.
but let's go through the results here of Canada Cup one by one. Let's start with Street Fighter V. Of course, as we mentioned, is a premier event. In 7th place, Udeal's Yukadon
Ding.
with Ibuki, who had won a couple of premieres in a row, and surprised to see he got 7th, but that's just the level of competition. It's ridiculous now. And not also 7th place, 801 Strider with Laura. Now, this was very significant because he was on the bubble. And by getting into top 8, he guaranteed 100 points, which vaulted him up to number 29. And when he won, he beat Moke to get into top 8, and he popped off.
Yes, he did.
He popped off.
That means he's qualified for Capcom Cup. 29th out of the 31 you need.
You know what the funniest thing was? Like, people don't even pay attention. Like, they don't even, like, look at anything anymore. There was a Kotaku article about this, right? And it was like, player pops off after making it in the Capcom Cup. And it's Gustavo, and it shows him, yes, and jumping or whatever, right? And the first comment you see in there was, fat people acting like video games are real sports. And I was like, Gustavo? Someone even responded, was like, are you kidding? This guy is, like, ripped beyond all reason. Like, the guy's not even paying. He's trying to make a dumb joke, and you just talked about Gustavo. Who's he's like freaking Popeye, dude. Seriously?
People
you guys
are idiots.
People are dumb, dude. Like, they have no idea. They have no idea.
Shout outs to jerks.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Dude, so many of those guys who play fighting games are pretty cut.
It's not uncommon at this point. Like, if you look at that top 8, is anybody? Well, maybe we got a couple, but almost all of them, are in really good shape.
Yeah, and a lot of it really does come down to healthy body, healthy mind kind of strategy these days. So I don't know, dude. I don't know. But anyways, let's continue forth.
All right.
5th place, Echo Fox J Wong with Fattening. 5th place,
see him in there.
Mouse Problem X with M Bison.
Yeah.
But I mean, to be fair to Justin, he's also lost a ton of weight.
That's true. He's really working on
his whole. I was like sitting with Flash, waiting for the shuttle to the airport, and like K-Brad walks in with this giant bag of McDonald's food, and he was just like, "I've got all these hash browns or whatever like that." Flash was like, "You bring me anything?" And then K-Brad's like, "Of course I brought you stuff." Busts out all these hash browns. And Peter's like, I can't eat any of this. He's like, I'm on the same keto diet that everyone else is now. See, they're doing their job.
Nice work. All right.
They're doing their work. They're doing their work, dude.
That's good to hear.
But Mouse Problem X also in 5th place. Both of them, unfortunately, had the ignominy. God, I just completely butchered that word.
That's fine.
That word of getting into top 8 and winner side and going 0-2 in the top 8. But both of them, I feel like, have been on an uptick. Now, obviously, Problem X on a much more massive uptick than Justin.
Yeah.
But both of them are really hitting a stride in the right time.
Agreed.
4th place, Liquid Knuckle Dew. Guile. It's the top highest placing non-Japanese players.
Right.
Third place, DNG Itabashi Zangief.
Yeah.
Zangief. And second place, Cyclops Goichi with Manat and Ibuki. Now, I never used Manat against Dogura, but that's probably because they've played each other enough to know that doesn't work. And first place was Cyclops Dogura, who also took Taiwan Fighter, and he is another player that's peaking at just the right time.
For sure. Yeah, no, that's a really good top 8. All of those guys, I really like well, maybe with the exception of Do and Itazan and Goichi, who have been good the whole time. Dogura, Justin, Problem X, Yugadon, Strider have all been on an uptick. Yeah, I mean, Yugadon made top 8 at Evo the first time, so it's not like he's starting from nothing, but he's been on an uptick nevertheless.
I think, what was it? It was Itabashi, Knuckle Dew, and it might have been, was it Yugadon? It might have been Yugadon. Those three did make top 8 at final round at the beginning of this year. It's either him or Strider.
Okay.
I can't remember one of those two, but during the course of the year, they hadn't quite made as much noise, and then towards the end. And remember that Yugadon was he using Ibuki right away? I feel like he switched.
I remember how early he switched. Yeah. It was early, though, for sure.
Yeah, but, dude, Dogura, I mean, we'll get to this towards the event. He took first place here. He took first place in Guilty Gear. He took second place in Blaze Blue at this one event. Yeah. So, all that whole stuff about, you got to concentrate on one game, Dogura's just slapping that in the face.
That's true,
saying, you know what, I can play however many damn games I want.
For sure.
So,
and then I just also wanted to give out a shout-out to Nephew in 9th place. Who's a relatively newer player, at least in the ranks of this kind of level. But yeah, getting 9th at this kind of event is super tough. It was very, very stacked, and he did it with Colleen, and he had a really good Colleen. I mean, he was doing a lot of cool things. So I've seen him only once or twice before, but there he was, and he got very close, and I'm really happy for him.
Yeah, dude. So two things. One, right, Nephew also was on the winning team for the Red Bull Proving Grounds with Kaba and
that's what I've seen.
Right? Yeah, and then second, so I was standing there with, I think it was Shine, Knuckle Dew, and a whole bunch of other people, right? Knuckle Dew, every time he sees me, he always comes up to me and goes, "What's up, Uncle?" And I was like, "Hey, what's up?" Blah, blah, blah. And so I'm talking to one of Knuckle Dew's friends, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm really proud of my nephew," right? And I pat Knuckle Dew on the side, and Shine was looking away, and he turns around, he's like, "Yeah, nephew played really well this weekend."
That was funny. I was there for that.
Oh, you were there for that. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It was just
that was funny.
It's good stuff, Shine.
Yeah.
Good stuff, Shine. But,
right. And Punk's the worst player in the world. He got 13th.
God, what a terrible player. He tied with MOV. What a
loser.
Dude.
Let's move on. I don't even want to talk about it.
But, I mean, interesting enough, the cool thing about this top 8, honestly, is even with the Ibuki, I guess the Ibuki makes it so that one character was repeated, but, there was 8 different characters originally trying to get their way up there. And strangely enough, no Cammy this time. No Cammy in the Cammy Collective. So, highest place in Cammy was NL in 13th place.
Loser. Japanese teams won all of the team tournaments.
That is correct.
Whatever. Let's talk about MVCI.
MVCI, Battle for the Stones. Now, it sucks, because there's obviously some controversy. I call it quantroversy, quackroversy, that's coming up.
We'll talk about that briefly.
We'll talk about that in a little bit. And unfortunately, that kind of made a little bit of headlines, and it really kind of marred what, I considered probably to be one of the greatest top 8s in a long time, because the top 8 for this thing was pretty awesome. Crazy sick. So, 7th place was Ran Masama, Gods of Louisiana, Ran Masama with Haggard Dormammu Space, Clockwork with Gamora Strider Soul. 5th place was New York Chris G with Spider-Man, Hawkeye, and Reality. That's an interesting team to play. Captain America, Captain Marvel in 5th place with Nick Jones and the Power Stone. Captain America. You know what? I actually did miss a few of the first matches, so I didn't get a chance to see a lot of his stuff. I was just waking up and seeing it on my thing. I was taking a nap in the middle of the day. 4th place, Splice F Champ with many teams, Ghost Rider, Dormammu, Dormammu Ultron, Dormammu Captain Marvel with Reality Space and Reality. 3rd place, Echo Fox J. Wong with Nova Ultron Reality. 2nd place, Rises Richard Wynn with Dante Strider Hiryu and the Soul Gem. And 1st place was Timo of Canada with Dormammu, Nova, and the Space Gem.
Nice. He played super well.
He's
a name that I had heard of a couple of times in Marvel 3, but never at a top level. And so that's one of the cool things that a new game can do. Some people adapt to new games faster than other people. They figure stuff out faster, and he's clearly done that. He looked really good. Loved the movement. Loved the ideas.
I mean, it's the right age. He's like 18 or 19 years old. That's basically when Punk kind of had his little turning point as well, right? When he blossomed into a true FGC flower, right? And so, Timo kind of at that same point, and some of the people were telling me that he has been doing really well in Canada for a long time.
Right.
In fact, a lot of players who would travel up to Canada to play would get upset by him in Marvel 3.
Right.
And they'd be like, who is this Timo kid? But like he something is clicking for him right now at this point, and he took it. He eliminated Justin both times. He took him out in winners and in losers bracket. Justin, who everyone claimed was the best player. I mean, Justin only lost to one person, so who knows? He may have beat Richard Wynn and stuff like that. But that is a testament to how well Timo has been playing.
Right.
So.
Right. No, he played really, really well.
But yeah, so shout-outs also to Richard Wynn, who got the run back with Filipino Champ, actually sent him to losers bracket. Soulstone, I mean, at this point in time, it feels like to me that it's Soul and Space.
I think
like
the same.
those, I think that's what it's going to come down to between those two, because the ability to revive your character
seemed the best to me.
Super good.
Yeah.
And Space, the ability to prevent your opponent from tagging, seems like the biggest thing.
Extremely important.
Yeah,
for sure.
because then anytime you see Dante start the $1 million, you just like super jump Space, and then I can't save him anymore, and then he dies.
Yeah, no, you get extra punishes, you get extra, not just with the box, but with Space Surge into punish. You can do a lot of characters have cool stuff like that. I feel like Space and Soul are the best.
Yeah, but man, that grand finals between Timo and Richard was excellent.
Dude, the way it finished was so wild.
Dude, there was a freaking double KO. I couldn't believe about the double KO. And then also Richard's Orbs tech, where he would activate Orbs with Strider, taunt, and then tag out. Yeah. So Strider would stay there while the Orbs are locking you down. That was sick. I was sitting next to Nerd Josh during that time, and he just was like, scoot over, he's like, dude, you see this? Oh my god, this tech is so, like, in true Nerd Josh fashion, dude. Oh, it was so
That's
good.
awesome, man.
It was so good. And yeah, we actually did see the HSD glitch in the tournament. I have a funny feeling that's probably not going to stick around. I'm assuming it's going to go away soon, but dude, there was some really, really crazy stuff going on in that match. And,
I really liked the Captain America, Captain Marvel. I thought Captain was a pile of butts when the game came. Captain America, but the more it goes on, I'm not sure about that. I just think he's quite different than he was before.
What was he doing with him?
I don't think he has better movement. He doesn't use him just as he's not like a footsies character. He's not like an air footsies character anymore, right? Which is basically what he was before.
Right.
Playing air footsies with the shield.
Shield down, right.
That's not the idea of it. He can get things started and then tag, or you use him to roll, like your opponent is doing something, then you're rolling side to side, whatever.
Right.
It's a very different style, but it seems more effective than I thought it would be.
Because the trick shield, when you throw the trick shield and you start blocking, it still hits. So, like, you can throw a trick shield. I saw a clip of him throw the trick shield, and then he started blocking, and the shield just came back and smacked the guy. So I imagine if you trick shield tag, there's nothing you can do about it anymore. You can't hit Captain America, so no matter what, I think the shield is going to be good. So it might just be a good space cleanser.
I mean, you can still hit him because he's there. He's like taking a while to do whatever he does. It's not gone.
Fair enough. Okay.
But no, point taken. And then it was cool to see a lot of those guys up there. I'm happy for Richard to continue to do well. Same with Justin and F-Champ and Chris and Ramasama and Clock. Those are all like long-term, old-school, top-level players, and they're still doing it. So I think that's awesome.
I walked up to Richard, and I was like, hey, after the tournament was over, he's like, man, I'm so glad I have a stoner early. Otherwise, I'd be so upset right now.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But yeah, he was originally supposed to be able to choose which stone. And then the crazy part is, depending on which stone he wanted, that meant either Timo would qualify or Aliun would qualify.
Right.
Which was really weird, but then they revealed the Mind Stone. Everyone thinks it's a little too powerful. I think it's kind of...
What does it do?
So the Mind Stone lets you choose your opponent's characters and stone. But the worst part about it, again, they didn't clarify anything, so I'm assuming that after you lose that game, that you have the ability to switch back to whoever you want, etc.,
I would think so, but yeah.
But a lot of people are like, this is broken because it's basically just give me a free game, right?
It's wild.
Yeah.
It's if you are in a 2-2 situation, it's 3-2. You have an extra win.
Oh, because you can use it late? Yeah.
Well, presumably.
Right, yeah, theoretically. Yeah. So I actually thought that it was going to be so that... remember, we talked about, like, banning characters.
Right, the opposite.
Right? Yeah. Ban 2 characters and a stone or something like that, right? Or at least just force them to pick a stone. Or something, but like 2 characters... That's crazy stuff. That's crazy status. That's crazy. But you know what? You could save it and be like, haha, I'm tied 2-2. I like tied it up to 2-2.
Yeah.
Here's my stone. And
Right.
then the other guy could be like, yoink. Because there's the one stone that can negate all stones, right? The one-time use of negating a stone. So that guy's going to be everybody's best friend for a while.
Well, here's the question, though. What's the order of things? Because...
Oh, does he have to negate it first?
Right. That, but then on top of it, like, what if... I forget what the other ones are now. What's the... In any case, what if your opponent has a stone, and they say, I'm going to use the stone, but then you say, okay, you've already locked your stone in, now I get to use my stone, and I pick your characters for you, so your stone's useless. I think that's pretty wild.
Oh, right. I see.
Right.
If a stone,
so like if they get to use the one, whichever the one was that gets the first hit, there's a power.
Yeah.
So if they call, all right, I'm going to use Power Stone, you can say, you got it, buddy. Here's Ryu Hulk. Do the worst combo in the world. I don't care.
That's true, huh? Yeah, you could use it in reaction to somebody else.
Well, presumably. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, this is the cake that Capcom should be baking you. Welcome home, Ultra, because they need you to clarify the fine print on all these.
I'll try to talk to them about it. We'll see.
Okay, cool.
Ryu Hulk 100% combo. What if they do? I don't know. Actually, at the end of the round, I'm sure they do. But,
because because they wouldn't be able to get access to a level 3 fast enough.
Right.
I was thinking about activating the stone.
Or like hurt Ryu, last
exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, there you go. There's the Mind Stone. Timo has it. I think that's very cool.
Okay. Tekken 7. 7th place, Fox Fist with Steve. Far East Magic, MTL Far East Magic with Josie. 5th place was MTL Renato with King and Iron Brain with Huarang. 4th place, Neil Russell with Cosme. 3rd place, Mishimized with Kazuya, Heihachi, and King. That's not Mishimized. Mishimized. 2nd place, MTL Very Bad Man with Paul Miguel. And 1st place, Fox JDCR with Dragonov. Considering that, I don't see a lot of the names that I recognize, I'm guessing this probably wasn't a TWT premiere event. Yeah. So, but Fox JDCR ends up taking it. What a shock. He was there. Yeah. I actually got to meet him. I haven't met him yet.
Okay, I haven't either.
I actually got the chance to say hi to him and shake his hand and everything like that. So, cool. Yeah, really nice guy. Super Turbo.
Hey.
God, what a top 8. 7th place was Ultra Combo from Northern California with O Sagat, who in the team tournament got hit by the jankiest of Koemon Fei Long mix-ups. I hadn't seen it before. Apparently a lot of people had, but I was just
I think I've only seen it in like a TZW.
Yeah, right? Like just the dude. Okay. But 7th place was also Riz1 from New York with M. Bison. 5th place also Damdai from New York. O Ryu and O T-Hawk. That's the last of non-Japanese players, by the way.
Okay.
5th place was also Koemon with Fei Long and Ryu. And yeah, it's so crazy because here in the States, like even talking about Ultra Combo and Damdai and Riz1, like as long as Damdai and Riz1 have been playing this game, they're not even like true old school Super Turbo players. Right. They kind of came in a little late, and a lot of the guys that were like even lower than that, and even El Trouble, Killer Miller, all those guys, they're all pretty new school.
Relatively, yeah.
Tomo and Koemon, who are in the top 5 here from Japan, both are very young.
Oh, yeah?
Koemon looked like he looked like a child. I mean, Koemon looked like I don't know, maybe it's the Asian gene.
I have no idea.
But he looked like he was 17 years old. I swear to God, he looked super young. But other people, I swear some people did say that he was actually pretty young as well. So
there was a Fei Long player from at least a decade ago who played as either Koemon or Goemon. I don't remember which.
Oh, maybe it
And I assumed
then.
it was the same guy, but it maybe is not.
Oh, maybe not.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, he looked younger than Takeuchi. He really did. It could just be the Asian genes then. Maybe I don't know, man. Yeah, by that. So
assume, but anyway.
4th place Shogatsu with old Honda and new Honda.
Yeah.
3rd place Tomo Ryu. So he's the one that is at Wednesday Night Fights. Tomoaki. He's here for school. He's going to USC. And he is amazing Ryu player. Amazing Ryu player.
USC.
Second place, Kusamundo with E Honda. And first place, two-time champion Matsun with Ken. Kusamundo last year also got second place, and in grand finals came really close to upsetting Matsun. And Matsun pulled it out, but this year Matsun pretty much dunked on him, as probably was supposed to have happened in the first place. So, but again, just ridiculous tournament.
But shout out to Kusumono for beating Tomo Ryu.
Dude, right?
That's hard.
Dude, that is not easy. I mean, he beat dude, Shogatsu double perfected Daigo's Ryu in the team tournament.
I don't even understand. That's like, I literally
he
don't understand.
double perfected him, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it was wild. It was wild. So, Super Smash Bros. Melee, 7th place. Android with Sheik and Zelda, and Trillium with Falco. 5th place, KJH, Fox, and Kage with Ganondorf. 4th place, ALG Nun with Captain Falcon. 3rd place, Alliance Armada. It is Alliance Armada? Or Alliance Armada with Peach and Fox. So Android also Alliance. Peach and Fox. 2nd place, TSM Red Bulls Leffen with Fox. And 1st place, coming all the way through the losers bracket and having to defeat all of the Swedish players. Echo Fox, MVG, Mewtwo King with Marth and Sheik.
All right.
Me and Flash were at the airport at the same time, and we saw Mewtwo King in line, and I saw him, and I waved to him, and he looked at me, he was like, who is this guy? And I was like, dude, come on, man. I saw you at Evo East in like 2005.
yeah,
I've known you forever, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You've known him, but
yeah, I know,
he
right?
hasn't known you. I saw Leffen at the end, like the day afterward, and he was, you know what he was doing there?
What was that?
He was training up his Marvel Infinite combos.
Dude, so he was part of the Quackening.
Indeed he was.
He was part of the Quackening, and he was one of the players that had to play
He's a good player.
At one point. He's super good.
Yeah.
He's really, really
his
good.
execution is pretty wild, understandably.
I really hope he sticks with the game. And he was like, yeah, I was really surprised. Everyone was really welcoming in the Marvel side. Like, everyone,
So,
that'd
be
like,
cool.
Yeah.
He said he's not going to take it as seriously as Melee, of course.
Obviously,
But,
yeah, of course.
But yeah, he enjoys it.
Thing. Yeah, so... I mean, interestingly enough, when Melee was first starting to show up at like in the Evo East scenes and everything, that everyone always kept calling it Marvel Junior because it looked like Marvel 2. It was crazy, and like a lot of people who hadn't watched it before were like, "What? I didn't know this game was so exciting.
Yeah,
right? It was so fun to watch."
For sure.
And so there's a lot of ties with it. Even in Marvel 3. Who's the player from Arizona? Sean Benner. He was also an old school Melee player, and then started playing a lot of Marvel and stuff like that. So there's a lot
of crossover.
Noel, a whole bunch of guys.
A lot more than that. Unknown. There's a lot of dudes.
Yeah, exactly. Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, 7th place, Supergirl Kells with Sonic. MCF Death Horse with Mewtwo. 5th place, C9 Ally with Mario. SSBM TL with Venom with Ryu. 4th place, EG Zenoto with Diddy Kong. 3rd place, MSF Larry Lure with Fox, Mario, and Bowser. 2nd place, Lima with Bayonetta. 1st place, Echo Fox, MVG, MK Leo with Cloud, Marth, and Meta Knight.
Alrighty.
Ultra Street Fighter 4, the old school run-back tournament here, in which our Salty actually flew a couple of guys out.
They did.
Peppadai and Mark Teddy made it out here for that. So
very cool.
One of them didn't make top 8. Ooh. 7th place, GR Commander Jesse with Sakura. 7th place, Jaren with Decapre. 5th place, Udil Yukadon, Sea Viper, and Yun. And our Salty Peppadai with El Fuerte. So it's good to see him again. I did make a mistake. I said that he just recently had a kid, but I guess he's had kids for a while now. Maybe it was just recently had another kid. I don't know. I'm not sure what the story is. Yeah. But Game with Eita in 4th place with Akuma and Ryu. 3rd place, Storm Kubo with Rufus and Hugo. 2nd place, Rise Smug with Dudley. 1st place, Punko with Seth and El Fuerte. I feel like almost overcoming a demon, because it was Smug who blew him up at like an NCR one tournament, and he was just like, I don't even know what to do against this character. But yeah, he did it even coming from losers bracket too.
Yeah, he did.
So
he played it really well.
Yeah, he did. So shout out.
It was actually fun to watch.
Yeah, it was cool to see again.
You don't think it's fun to watch?
No, I actually do.
Oh, just the way you said it was like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean the whole thing about it is because the thing about it is like the game is surprisingly like. When you go back and watch it, it feels faster than I remembered it to be.
Oh, these are just the matchups, though. Like, look at the characters. Seth, Fuerte, Dudley, Rufus. There's very fast characters in there. So it could have been very slow. It's just Those are not.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So maybe that's part of why I enjoyed watching it.
There's two things to it. One, I was like, man, I do miss this game a lot. But two, actually, remember how when Street Fighter V came out, everyone was like, this game looks exactly the same. Now when I go back to Street Fighter 4, I'm always like, holy hell, this game's ugly.
It was ugly.
Holy hell, this game is ugly.
Dude, if you recall, it was ugly in 2008.
It was. It really was.
From the start, it was... Blanca always looked bad.
Dhalsim and Blanca
always bad.
Yeah.
Zangief has always looked like a rock. You know,
and
just
Ryu,
not
when he does
game.
his jump roundhouse, he instead of looking at his opponent, he's like...
Really?
I don't even know where
noticed.
he's looking. Like,
That's
the
funny.
game actually looks... like. And then Akuma, his legs are all stubby looking. I don't know. I was just like, man, this game is ugly.
It always was.
You know,
It
like when we
always
first saw
was.
Akuma with the mane, you're like, what's going on? Now I look at this Akuma, I'm like, why does this Akuma look so bad?
Yeah, it's not just that it's an older game; it's that it just actually was bad looking.
Yeah.
But no, it was a lot of fun, and while I don't miss Seth, I did miss a lot of the other characters in here. Like Dudley's, he's boxery, obviously.
Yeah,
but like,
yeah.
He's a unique kind of guy, and that's interesting. And Rufus and Fuerte and Hugo, and even Akuma's his own beast, and there's a lot of unique stuff in there. There's a lot of good variety in there, and that even though there are some, actually quite a few, essentially repeat characters in SF4, the ones that are the most stand out are really interesting and unique.
Yeah.
So, that was cool.
I agree. Guilty Gear Rev 2, 7th place FNM, the last Biken with Biken. I don't know if he really is the last Biken, but what. But FNM, Mange Mon Pipi with Potemkin
That's French.
for... FNM Eat My Ocean with May in 5th place. 5th place Glacial Rain with Leo Whitefang. 4th place FNM Roldy with Bedman and Venom. 3rd place Lord Knight Milia Rage. 2nd place 1-Up Peppery Splash. And 1st place Cyclops Dogra with Raven. God,
Raven, always.
God, what a...
Raven.
Raven is the character that bothers me the most. Not just because he blows me up and like it's just like he seemed like he had all these interesting concepts with him and he just turned out to be like Super Jetta. Like I wish that there was more to him besides throw a fireball on you and now yes. I really wish there was more to him. So
Can somebody please translate that? I'm sure people in there speak French. Come on. I'm trying to stay away from being blue. All right, that's not my style.
Blaze Blue, Central Fiction, 7th place, MTL Curbster with Rachel, 7th place, OTS Gatchaman with Izanami, 5th place, Level 5 Chan with S and Tsubaki, and as well as Bryce with Tiger, 4th player, Method Flux with number 13, with V number 13, 3rd place, Psychotic with Carl, and 2nd place, Cyclops Dogra with Azrael, and 1st place, Ponos Galileo with Lychee.
Nice work.
So
Galileo versus Dogra.
Oh, I see. So that's why one player on that team is Eat My Ocean, and the other one is...
Honk Mandongle.
Yeah, basically.
But yeah, BBCP, Central Fiction.
Yeah.
Galileo versus Dogra. Cool.
It's a good matchup.
It's been a good one in the past.
Yep.
All right. Inge.
Injustice 2. Obviously, there was not a lot of...
Nobody
a lot of
was
people
there.
were like, yeah, look at this game's dead. There's no Injustice. Dude, E-League was going on. I mean, come on. Come on, people. You, make some connections here.
Yeah, for sure.
4th place, I Am the Greatest with Wonder Woman. Obviously, he was the 4th greatest. 3rd place, STDX Rebello with Green Lantern. 2nd place, PG Punk with Black Adam. 1st place, EGNY Chris G with Green Arrow.
Wow. A couple of Capcom players winning Injustice.
God.
Unbelievable.
God.
And Sonic Fox isn't even winning Injustice anymore. What's going on?
I know, right?
Sonic Fox is bad. Street Fighter players are good. Crazy world.
Yeah. King of Fighters 14, Hype Tenma with Yuri Clark Leona. 3rd place, Alvin KOF with Andy Benamery with several teams. 2nd place, MNT Diaphone with 3 different teams. And 1st place, Combat Doyu Shaohai with Kula, Luang Iori, and Robert Kyo Iori. And apparently at the after party, he was beating people one-handed while drinking a beer.
I heard about that.
Yeah, he was just like drinking and just like...
Yeah, literally
just, like,
one-handed.
destroying people. And honestly, that's one of the main reasons why people in China learn how to play one-handed, because they're either smoking or they're like drinking or something like that. That's why Combo Jack could do it.
That's right. Yeah, he can do that.
He was playing one-handed, and I was like, "Why did you learn this?" He's like, "You want to know why?" I'm like, "Why?" Because in China, doing this the whole time. So I was like, "Okay, it makes sense."
Yeah, man, nice work.
All right, so that was Canada Cup.
Canada Cup. It was a lot of fun and yada yada.
A lot of fun. A lot of good players there. Always a lot of strong talent over there.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest Street Fighter events for sure.
I did end up missing the after party, unfortunately. I had a flight at 7:30, so I wanted to get to sleep early, which I didn't even do because I ran into Born Free and Jam and a bunch of other guys, and we were just sitting there talking really late into the night and just talking about various different things and stuff. So I didn't get much sleep, so God, dude. Although I would be surprised, I'm starting to get better at falling asleep on an airplane because on my first leg to Philly was an hour, and then the flight home was 5 hours. I don't remember that flight at all.
All right.
Like I just got on a plane, put on some headphones, put on some music, and I had one album looping for 5 hours, and I think I didn't hear most of it because I was asleep the whole time. So. But it seemed to work pretty well. So
I did go to the after party, and I was there until like 4:30 in the morning. In fact, when I got back to the room, your alarm went off to wake yourself up for your flight. We kind of missed each other.
Yeah, I had the wake up call set on the phone.
But we didn't do anything other than what you guys did. We were just hanging out and talking.
Right.
There was booze, but like not.
Was there karaoke again this time?
Yeah, there was karaoke. And there were a couple of game setups, but like for the most part, we were just hanging out and talking.
Okay, cool.
Kind of a chill night. It was really cool actually. Hang out with some folks.
Okay.
I never met some of the people I did hang out with there before.
Oh, nice. That's always the best.
It's cool to just hang out and meet people and also see old friends.
Yeah, I do apologize to Lapchi. I always make it to the after parties, and I just didn't make it this time because the thing is, like, I didn't like you guys all left at the same time on like some limo thing, or did you actually Uber there?
Yeah, there was a bus.
Yeah, and I missed the bus, and then like. I was like, where is everybody? I was in the venue with everyone packing up for a long time. That's why I ran into Jam and Born Free. And, everyone was packing up. Then everyone's like, we're probably not going to go and whatever. And then it just kind of ended up that way. So
no big deal. We also went out, Jam and who was there? Lapchi, Scott, Troy, Canada Cup fellas.
Greg, right.
And Greg was sick, apparently.
Oh, really?
And also Gamerbeat. We also went out to Vietnamese food the next day. And that was fine. We were just hanging out. Anyway, it was chill. It was good. Great to see all those people. Had a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely. We definitely share beds. I mean, hotel rooms when we ever travel for commentate because it helps us save money that way. Sorry, I'm sorry.
You're so flustered?
Yeah, I told... Anyways, But yeah, Canada Cup was a lot of fun, but there was obviously drama.
There was definitely drama.
Drama! Fact, this hotel room that we were in this weekend only had one bed.
One regular bed.
Yes, exactly.
One maybe fold-out bed.
Yeah, fold-out bed. But, I like to let the fan fiction run wild, so just try to feed them some fan fiction.
Makes sense. I like it.
David sharing me his whipped cream here, so.
Homemade
whipped cream, exactly. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this drama.
The Quackening.
Do you want to do this now, or do you want to take... I like that, by the way. I mean, people kept calling it Quackgate, and then I saw in your tweet you called it the Quackening. And I'm like, no, that's definitely eons better than Quackgate. So.
Come on, Quackgate? Get out of here.
Yeah, the Quackening. The Quackening.
Yeah.
So
what happened?
This is the story here, basically. And unfortunately, there's a lot of accounts to what happened. So this is basically, I'm going to tell this as straightforward as possible.
Do it.
During the course of the tournament in Pool 1, apparently Quackbot entered as PC Marvel God, as he did in
Evolution.
In Evo, which he got 3rd place at.
Indeed.
Then,
Hiya!
You just ruined that art. I'm so sad right now.
It's made to be eaten, buddy.
He was in Pool 1. He did not make it out of Pool 1. He lost. Then at some point in time, he was on stream. Quickly... Oh, God, you are killing my OCD right now. He was on stream, and he beat Smooth Viper in the turn. I told you, David, not in public, okay? This is only for our private sessions. He played on stream against Smooth Viper and beat Smooth Viper and winked at the camera, got off, and then suddenly there was word that Flux and Smooth Viper were claiming that that was the second time that he had played. Right. He was already in a pool that lost. Of course, what happens at that point is, man, Smooth Viper, why you always have to be like, oh, you're just claiming? And like Smooth Viper kept running up to me. He's like, James, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. Because he was apparently getting a ton of shit on social
media. Was he really?
Media. Yeah.
Oh, that was a joke. Wow.
Because people thought that he was just being that salty guy trying to come up with an excuse again. Kind of like the Easy Supers that happened at TFC. Because he was involved with that. And he's like, what do I do? What do I do? I'm like, dude, it's not your fault this time. Right. People won't be mad at you. And he's like, they're totally mad at me. And I was like, oh, man, this sucks. But, and then they checked the records. And sure enough, he was on there the second time as Holy Order Troll. Holy Order Troll, who turns out to be a player from Arizona. And she plays on a joystick, a Korean joystick, with bat top and, specific buttons and everything like that, and her joystick broke.
Okay.
And so she could not enter the tournament, or she just didn't feel like she had a chance in the tournament. So she asked PC Marvel God, hey, take my spot for me, because I don't want it to go to waste. And PC Marvel God was like, I don't think so, like, that's not right. And then she was like, please do it, I don't want to go to waste. And apparently after several times of asking, he finally said, okay, and just thought it would be a funny joke to do this. And then he started beating everybody and then, made it out of pools and everything like that. And that's when everything happened. The problem with this whole situation is the pools had already finished. And one Eleverling had qualified out of winner's side by defeating Joey P. And was very excited, Joe P. And was very excited about it. And was getting ready for his match against Justin Wong. Had his chance to go up against the legend Justin Wong, who apparently everyone is saying is so good, right? And then this all found out, and so from my perspective, I was there while this was all going down. Right. And I was literally talking to all the organizers, all the Capcom reps, everybody, Eliver, Smooth Viper, everybody. They brought back all the players, including Leffen and a whole bunch of other people who had been knocked out during the course of that. And seriously, there was like maybe 30 to 40 minutes of just like hand-wringing. Like, I don't want people to be like, well, this was our decision, but like everyone was like, Jesus, what do we do? Like, how do we make this fair? And, like, there was just no way anybody could come up with anything to be fair, right? And then, of course, a lot of people who were fighting for ways that favored Eliver, including myself, are all friends with Eliver. So they were like, how do we, like, is that fair? Like, if we, like a whole bunch of people, right? And then no one could figure it out, and then they were like, well, if we do this in favor of Eliver, then he's going to get top player privilege, everyone's going to get mad about that, all this other stuff, and so they figured the best way to do it was just to rerun the whole entire bracket, starting from the matches that Quackbot was involved in, right? So just, and like, pretend he was banned, and then just play through the brackets, the matches that he affected, where he actually won, right? And so they did that, much to the dismay of Eliver. And Eliver did, in fact, get to winners finals again. He had to beat Leffen this time instead of Quackbot. So he beat Leffen to get to winners finals, where he played Joe P again. And Joe did beat him this time, presumably with previous match knowledge.
Presumably.
And sent Eliver to losers bracket, who did make it out in losers. Barely, by the way. Right. Even in losers finals, he barely won. And or was that where he played Leffen? He might have played Leffen in losers.
I don't remember either.
I don't remember, but he did make it out, to which then he immediately lost the first game in the semis. Right. And he was out, and Eliver was really, really pissed about the whole entire thing. As far as I know, Quackbot was then banned from like that tournament, and like I think he might be banned for a few years from Canada Cup or something.
I don't know that there's an official public pronouncement on that, but I'm sure he will be banned.
Yeah, it was really crazy in there, and yeah, I mean it's really interesting because some people are like, man, what's up with Joe P? Like, why didn't he just give the match to Eliver since they played? Look, don't even be mad at Joe P.
It's not really Joe's fault.
It's not his fault that this happened, and he had a second chance. I mean, like, he's just going to play it again, right? Like, if you're mad at Joe P, you're mad at the wrong people.
I agree with that. Right? I do think he probably should have given it up, but I'm not mad at him for doing that.
Right, exactly. Like, if it were me, I would have been like, go ahead, take it,
I think so, too.
But I can't be mad at him for making that decision. There was no wrong decision for him to make there, in my opinion.
I'm with you.
So, honestly, like, I'm just mostly mad at Quackbot right now.
Sure.
I mean, I think that's the place to look at everything. And, you know, I don't want to put anyone on the hook for anything, but, you know, Capcom and Canada Cup staff, all of them were just like, how do we make this up to Oliver? Like, they all wanted him to win. Like, it wasn't, because, Oliver also came out and was like, you know, it seemed like that they were trying to do this as a favor for their Canada boy, Joe P., right?
Oh.
But they didn't want that. They wanted Oliver to win, pretty much.
They're not even from that part of Canada, by the way. They're from Calgary.
Right, exactly. So, I know a lot of people are mad at Canada Cup. They're like, you know what, fuck this tournament. I'm never going there. Oliver was like, I'm never going back, etc., etc. I don't blame Oliver at all. I mean, I would be super pissed off of it. He spent $1,000 to make it to this event, and then this kind of thing happens. But like I said, I was there, and there was a lot of hand-wringing, and it was a really, really frustrating situation for everybody there. And yes, I'm going to be a little bit biased because I'm friends with Oliver, but I'm also friends with the Canada Cup staff. I've been going to Canada Cup since like 2010.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Right? Lapchi even at one point in time wanted me to get up on stage and do like a speech on why Canada Cup was so great and everything because I'd been going for so long. And I wanted to, but I already knew the kind of weird compromise position I would be in if I did that. So I was like, I don't want to do that, right? But again, like I said, I'm super good friends with them, and I know that this was not like just something that they were like, oh, well, let's just do this, screw Oliver kind of thing.
Of course.
Like, they were really, really in a terrible situation. Yeah. And after they made their decision, they were just like, God, please Oliver win, like, just like, please, you know, kind of a situation. So it was a really unfortunate situation, but before I continue, what are your thoughts on the whole entire thing?
Probably ban Quackbot for a long time. He is clearly the culpable party. Well, I guess he maybe plus Holy Order Troll. I don't know the circumstances of that, but that seems likely to me. Anyway, we'll find out. But for sure, at least Quackbot is. You say you don't know what culpable?
No, I just said lawyer talk.
Oh, okay.
I was just happy.
That's who I would blame. That's who I think is blameworthy. So that's who I'm mad at. I definitely think he's screwed up, and there are extra allegations that he did the same at EVO, although he denies it. But everybody at the time thought it was curious that he was playing as PC Marvel God and not as Quackbot, and this I feel like may answer part of that.
Yeah, I mean,
he had signed up twice, so again, I don't know, but he certainly denies it for his part. I don't know what is to be done about it. You know what I mean?
So I want to address one thing in the chat right here. Is that how did people not notice that Quackbot was playing in two different pools? Dude, half the people who are running the pools are stressed out. They're tired. They have no idea what's going on. They've seen 1,000 people over and over and over again, dude. And pool one guy running it might not even have been the same guy running pool two.
Was probably not.
Right. So
usually it's not.
You cannot blame the staff in that situation. You have a tournament. Marvel had 130 entrants.
Yeah.
Okay, 169 entrants.
Okay.
And you're not going to expect people to know every single one of them.
No.
I don't even know what Quackbot looks like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he got third place at EVO. I can't remember what he looks like.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't have recognized him. And that's just the way that the situation works. So you cannot blame people running pools and things like that. It's too hard. It's too hard.
No, for sure. So what I felt in retrospect was the best idea would have been to replay the matches that Quackbot directly impacted, but not the matches that he did not. So if, as did happen, Oliver plays the same dude in Winners Finals, that has already happened, and there's no need to replay it.
Right.
Now, I brought that up to the Canada Cup guys when we were having pho, and Lapchi was like, you know what, I literally woke up the next morning, and I was like, that's what we should have done.
But see, here's the crazy thing is, I said that to them. Okay. I literally said that to them.
They were like, man, if only we had thought about that at the time. So I don't know, I wasn't there.
But it might not have been Lapchi who heard it. It might have been like Min and somebody else who I was like, we should do it this way. I was like, there's no reason for to play the matches. However, the reason why that was shot down is because when you get to the loser side, what if you know if you win your match, the next guy you play, you automatically lose? Because you played each other already. Does that just mean that, like, that sucks for that guy because then he has no reason to play the current match that he's playing, except to be a gatekeeper.
So okay, interesting.
So on the loser side bracket, if the guy over here won, and you know that you were going to play him, and you lost last time, and you have to play this guy,
you're already going to losers anyway.
You're out of the tournament. You're eliminated automatically by him getting there, because if you win, you become eliminated.
Wait, no, you get sent to losers.
I'm saying this is already on loser side.
Oh.
So if this is already on loser side... No,
right.
This one wasn't. But I'm just saying...
Hypothetically.
But hypothetically, if this was on loser side, if this guy won and he beat you last time and you were playing this guy, you wouldn't even play anymore. You would just be like, take it, because I'm already eliminated.
I see it. Yeah, I guess that is an issue. That seems less injurious to me than screwing somebody who won, but...
Yes, I agree.
But I certainly understand the point. It's hard, man. Being a TO is hard. And in the future, if this situation comes up, I think I would expect that they would probably do the replay, unless it already happened thing. But, it's a tough call. And I think so anyway, that's all that stuff. What is interesting to me, in addition, is what happens now to prevent this in the future. And I'm not sure.
Dude, all of us
really
are
am not sure.
Because, like, someone was actually saying is like Quackbot may have ruined open tournaments like forever. Like he is just now made running these tournaments that much more expensive.
Yeah, it sucks, dude.
Because honestly, it's like now it's starting to get to a point where you register, you have to put your photo, you have to upload a photo and it gets printed out on your badge.
Yeah.
And you have to have a badge with that photo on there, and then every time you play a match you got to show your badge and your photo. Like that's kind of the level in which we're getting to now if this is going to keep happening. This may have happened many times before, right? This might not have been the first time that this has happened. It's just Quackbot is a player who made third place at EVO, so he's obviously good enough that this will affect things. You know,
I feel like it's probably happened not infrequently. I feel like it's not infrequent. Again, like it's curious to me that I know in the past he had signed up as PC Marvel God. It was not the first time that he ever played it at EVO. But like, what if he was doing Quackbot and PC Marvel God at like every tournament? I don't know. Exactly. I'm just tossing out allegations like I'm on the Fox News programs, but it's a good question, and I don't know again how to deal with that really. I feel like the better thing to do, I feel, would be to
cut in slices. So
yeah, man, eat up. I feel like the better thing to do is to just make it so that the consequences are very severe for people who are found to be doing it. I would rather put the extra burden on them rather than the tournament generally and the other attendees.
Right.
So like if you do a thing where like you upload up your photo ID and whatever other identity protection measures you want to take, it's a big burden for the TO and for everybody else entering the tournament. It sucks. So instead, I would rather just make it like, look, if we ever found out that you're doing this, you are banned forever. You are definitely done playing video games. And maybe some people will continue to do it, but I can't imagine that many would, especially now. And
Quackbot's already said that he is willing to accept his punishment. He said he was really sad about it.
Well, yeah.
I mean, look, I know there's a lot of remorse talk and everything like that, but I'm not trying to like be like, like kill Quackbot kind of thing like that. But look, you are a third place finisher. It's obviously you are very good at video games.
Right.
You cannot just put yourself in and think of it as a funny joke.
Yeah.
There's just no way that even qualifies.
Dude's been to tournaments before. You know what I mean? Like, the idea that it's like, oh, it's an accident. Oh, sorry, everybody. Come on, it's absurd.
Right.
It's like actually absurd to me that anybody would say that or believe anybody else.
Especially since he played on stream, and after he beat Smooth Viper, he like winks at the camera and like points at the like at that point in time. You've already gone beyond, like, okay, I can see that this is kind of messed up. It's like, hey, I'm enjoying this. I'm having a good time doing this.
Yeah, it's very silly. It's definitely punishment worthy, and I don't want to kill him either, but I probably don't want to see him at fighting game tournaments. Yeah, that's probably it, man. I've never talked with him before. I don't know. Maybe he's a nice dude. I guess probably in person, but... sometimes people screw up bigly, and that was a big time screw up. It's even if it hadn't led to issues like, problems for Elever and for Canada Cup and for Capcom. By the way, it's not just Canada Cup that was making the decisions. It was Capcom reps too. So it's not like it was a unilateral choice. You know what I mean, on Canada Cup's part.
Like I said, I don't want to put the Canada Cup or Capcom on the hook. But everybody there was just like, we got to make this up to Hellboy or something.
Anyway, so it's a bad situation, and I feel sorry for Oliver and for the TOs because both of them were put in a terrible spot.
Yeah, and Curly, Smooth Viper wasn't the one who called it out. It was really Flux who brought it up to Smooth Viper.
Okay.
So Smooth Viper had no idea. He just played and he lost, and he was like, whatever. And then Flux went up to him afterwards and was like, dude, I think he was in another pool. Because Flux would know who he is, right?
Sure.
And so that's what happened. It wasn't like Smooth Viper was like, I'm not going to call him out unless I lose. No, he literally was... For this situation, Smooth Viper was completely blame-free, okay? Like, there's no reason to be mad at Smooth Viper for this particular situation. It wasn't his fault.
Yeah, Holy Order Troll should probably be banned too. Again, I don't know the exact circumstances. I mean, the story is that, her stick wasn't working, so hey, man, how about you play? Sure. That seems like a made-up story. Right? But... in any case, I don't know if it is, but even if it is not, you can't go give your spot to somebody. You know?
Yeah, I mean, look,
you can't do
Choi
that.
paid for Kazunoko's next tournament trip after the NCR patch debacle. I remember that. And, I'm sure that's something they're considering doing a lot of things for Oliver as well. So,
It'd be nice.
Let's just wait and see. I mean, the problem right now is that we haven't heard anything official from Capcom or Canada Cup yet.
Yeah,
so
right.
Hopefully at some point in time that comes soon, so that we
nice.
can actually get some, results on this. So, but yes, Oliver absolutely got screwed.
He definitely did.
Even trying to remove any bias that I have, because I love Oliver to death. I've known him forever. He's been one of those pool runners at Evo since like Evo 2005. Like I remember he was there since the very beginning. So I've known Oliver for years, and he got screwed. Even from the most objective, whatever standpoint, he got royally jacked.
I'm with you. He did.
So
he did.
Because that's the thing is, I told him too. I was like, you can't have Oliver replay his matches because now he's in a terrible mental state. And everyone's like, but you can't take that into account. Like, you can't take mental state into an account, kind of, to make these decisions, right? It has to be
it's a tough job.
So
being a TO is not easy.
Yeah.
But I get, the one nice thing to come out of it is that now we have a rule on it, on how to handle it.
is in here too as well.
Yeah, he is here. Yeah, with him.
So I didn't even know he was in here. So I wasn't saying that just because I saw him in the chat.
Okay.
Like,
yeah,
I'm
literally.
here. That's just how I've known him forever. So
Indeed, and we're all upset for him. It feels like every time he gets close to something happens. Like he almost got a stone. Kazunoko decides to play Marvel all of a sudden, and he somehow takes it. And he gets 9th at Evo 10,000 years in a row. Things like that. It's it definitely sucks. But in the future, now we'll know how to approach it, and hopefully it doesn't come up. But at least we have a way to deal with it if it does.
Charles Lee, I definitely think this situation is by far worse than what happened with Kazunoko at NCR, because that was just like replay the match. It was only the matches that had concluded we replayed again, as opposed to even further down the line. In this situation, we had to replay some of those matches and the ones at the end, and that's the part that sucks the most. So,
Yup. Bummer. Sorry to hear it. Everybody involved.
Yeah, and it's not Flux's fault either. Yeah, because
who would claim that?
I mean, someone was joking. So if Flux didn't say anything, Oliver wouldn't have gotten screwed, right? Like, no, dude, come on. Let's keep the focus where the focus needs to be. Is that Quackbot kind of messed everything up, not single-handedly, apparently, along with Holy Order Troll.
Yeah.
But like, this was a situation, and unfortunately, if that means that they have to be made an example of and be banned for like 5 years or maybe lifetime or whatever like that, then that's what's just going to have to happen.
That's what's got to happen.
So,
alrighty.
Okay. But that was the Quackening.
That was the Quackening.
Again, yes, obviously doing the photos and badges and everything like that is an overreaction right now. Let's just leave it how it is and just hope that this doesn't keep happening, but be a little more diligent about it. And like you said, if you do get spotted, this is the punishment has to be so severe that it's not worth risking.
Right. Now, before we stop talking about it, there are accidents sometimes. Like, for example, the Canada Cup guys were telling me that Richard Nguyen accidentally entered twice. And it was because he registered, and then Rise registered him.
Oh, okay.
So there was Richard Wynn, and then there was Rise Richard Wynn.
Right. Okay.
So it's just an accident. So you can't be a complete hard ass and just say like, oh, if you registered twice, you're out of here.
Right.
You can't do that. But so I mean, all they did was they just took out the one that was Richard Wynn, and they left Rise Richard Wynn. Right. That's it. Wasn't on purpose, just an accident. So you can't. There's not a hard line that you can do, but it's pretty clear, or at least is more clear, if there are shenanigans going on.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, you're not just gonna give somebody your spot.
Right.
Like, she's never been to a tournament either. Yeah, she has. He's never been to a tournament. Yes, they have.
And if you are gonna give it to someone,
come on,
give it to somebody who didn't play.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
That has happened.
Yeah. Which is still not cool.
Not cool, but like, it's not bad. It's not bad in the same way.
Right. Exactly.
Not bad in the same way.
Exactly.
Okay.
Quack rich god. Oh man. Yep. So unfortunate situation. Like I said, I am friends with the Canada Cup guys, so that does, I don't want them to be at fault either, but I totally understand where Oliver's coming from, where he says he just doesn't want to ever go to a Canada Cup again.
I mean, I'm sure it's...
But see, because of that decision, you've hurt a tournament's reputation, you've hurt a player's efforts, like Oliver.
Yeah. Because of Quackbot's decision.
Right, because of Quackbot's decision, you're hurting Capcom, you're hurting the game, you're also hurting even Smooth Viper, like, who's, like, a lot of people are like, what's wrong with Smooth Viper? Why does this always happen? Like, one person, two people have put a lot of other people in some dire situations. And just think about that next time you want to do something stupid like that.
For sure. So. By the way, Curly, they did catch the Richard Wynn thing. That was the point of my story.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It's not that they didn't catch double reg, but they did. That's why I know about that story in the first place. So. Oh, okay. Anything else to say here?
No. I've said all I need to say.
All right. Let's
take
a break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about the rest of the stuff.
That's right. Okay.
Combofiend. What's his future like?
Ooh.
What does it hold?
Hellboy.
Hellboy happens.
Yeah. Okay, we'll be right back, guys.
Hellboy and Combofiend actually share some similarities. Big old chests, baby.
Okay, fair enough.
Yep, this is buttercream right here. Look at that.
Dude, if you guys have never had buttercream before, like I never had, and then you ate that, like that is... Because you're expecting the frosting kind of like super sweetness or whatever like that.
Regular old store-bought sugar frosting.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it's just like butter all over the place. So,
yep, this is the connoisseur's ice frosting.
Is that what it really is?
Yeah. She's like really disdainful of like the regular frosting. It's like, this is the real stuff.
Okay, fair enough.
All right.
Alright, let's talk about some fighting game news and stuff, and things and junk like that. So dude, I can't even talk because
Are you just stuck with butter? Oh my god.
I'm sugar high right now.
Well, the old Peter Rosas, Combofiend,
has decided to depart from Capcom.
He is leaving the Capcom.
That's right. I guess he's gone because like the message he put out made it sound like he had already put in his notice and that he is done.
It did sound like that, yeah.
So I think he's either done or he'll be gone very shortly from Capcom. So in the past, I don't know, like half a year or so, we've lost Nidell, we've lost Matt Dahlgren, and we've lost Combofiend from Capcom, which was kind of like the core of the whole end of Street Fighter 4, beginning of Street Fighter 5 kind of team. And they're all gone now. So, without even getting into the Combofiend specific part of it, like, let's talk about this from the macro level. Let's talk about this from the Capcom level. This is troubling. Is it not?
I don't know. It depends on who they have coming in and what their plans are. If they're not planning to replace those people with other people, then yeah, for sure it is. But I know that at least one person who is not like recently hired, but has been more promoted, is a good dude.
Yeah.
For sure, super good dude. So I'm not that worried about it because I feel like they'll probably like do the same with the other stuff. So
yeah. I know guys like Harrison is still there.
Yeah,
Harrison, so he's doing a lot of work over there as well. Michael Martin just got hired there as recently for the, the PR side of things and such.
Yeah,
so,
man.
They're definitely getting more people in there. So hopefully they'll continue to get other people. But I mean, look,
Damon was a Q player.
He was a Q player?
He was a Q player.
He was a Q player?
Man after my own heart.
Okay. Well, look, I mean, Damon is at all the events.
Yeah.
And I have had a chance to talk to him a lot. And, he's even been on a bunch of my Uncensored episodes.
Oh, that's cool.
Where I'm sitting there talking crap about, like Street Fighter. I'm just like, this game, this is bad because of this. And I've talked to him in person, and he walks up to me first, and he's like, I like your Uncensored episodes. He was like, don't stop doing that.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
And I was like, I was afraid you guys are going to be like, no more commentary for you. But he was just like, you know what? He's like, I would never do that. He was like, keep doing that. So I trust him.
Same.
You know what I mean? He's a good person.
So yeah, I'm sure they'll be working on all that stuff. But for Combofiend, I'm not sure exactly what it means. He was not explicit about what he's going to do next or anything. Presumably he has a plan, but I haven't talked to him about it. So. I hope he lands in a good spot. I feel like he probably will, considering the pedigree of what he did. He did some really good things. And hopefully he will play in tournaments again.
Dude,
hopefully he will play in tournaments.
That's the first thing that came to my mind as soon as I saw how he left.
He implied in that match, he said he's going to be a member of the community again. That implies to me he's going to enter tournaments again. I hope so.
It drives me nuts that there are people out there who do not know that Combofiend is one of the greatest fighting game players that the U.S. has ever produced.
For sure.
Had he not gone to Capcom, he would 100% be in that same conversation with Justin, Ryan Hart, Tokido, Sonic Fox, Chris G, as those guys who were just good at every fighting game they touched.
He would definitely be some high-level sponsored player, and, he'd be doing whatever he wants.
Oh, yeah. And... man, if he can come back and just start botting fools, I don't know if that's going to be fair if he does that in Marvel, right?
Why not? The game's already been out for a little while now, and he maybe would have had an advantage at the start, but that quickly melts away once the game is out, and you have people whose jobs it is to play Marvel, playing Marvel every day.
Right.
So at this point, I don't think it would be like that. But I do think he would beat a lot of people just because he can do that.
Dude, it's so crazy to me. People probably still remember Bionic Arm, completely incorrectly as you saying that, right? Because that was actually Noel who said that. But it was Combofiend who was doing the Bionic Arm, and I think a lot of people have forgotten that part of that story.
Yeah, that was Combo.
There was the one time you told me that you were watching one of those exhibition matches between Mike Ross and Combofiend, and you saw in the chat people were like, man, Mike Ross is even losing to Combofiend.
Oh, that's right.
And it's look, yeah, he was not only one of the best fighting game players, but he would always do it in the most unorthodox way possible.
Yeah, that's true.
He was probably one of the first pioneers of the Iron Man MVC2 teams.
For sure.
He was really good at setting up that Infinite and everything like that. He was, before he finally gave up on her, but Elena, he was the premier Elena in Third Strike.
Right.
Every game that he played, he would never pick the character that everybody else did. And he would just destroy them.
For sure.
I remember when Vanilla Marvel came out. Remember he had that one match against Deus Ex, in which Deus Ex did the finger lasers in the air, and he grappled him from the ground, and it was the most ridiculous single solo comeback. Yeah, dude, Combofiend.
His eagle was sick. He had a sick eagle.
Relento, She-Hulk, dude.
Yeah, She-Hulk was sick.
God.
He's very good.
If Combofiend can come back, I want to see the oh god damn Combofiend guy come back. You know what I mean?
Me too, dude.
Dude, the Combatorium that he used to run.
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
And I'm also kind of sad. I'm assuming he's going to come back to SoCal if he doesn't get another job up in NorCal, because I know he's missed it down here. But a lot of his friends, unfortunately, have moved to Japan recently. So
that's right.
Yeah, Saif and Romel are both in Japan now. But he was part of Team Run. He was always one of he was just always one of the best players at everything.
So I hope that he plays again. That would be really cool. He's not 47 yet. Not that far off. No, he's not that old.
He's not that old at all. He's not that old at all. And he was the kind of player too that was what was I going to say? I totally forgot what I was going to say now. Okay, never mind. Forget it.
Well, my main experience with Combofiend competitively was...
Third Strike, right?
No, actually it was an SF4, because in Third Strike days I was more often in Northern California or in DC.
Oh, that's right.
I wasn't that often
okay,
back home. I was only home for like summer break and stuff. But when SF4 came out, he played a lot, I played a lot, and I regularly blew him up with Geef, and he just got super frustrated, and he didn't beat me at all for a long time. And then he went away for, I would say, a couple of months, and maybe longer than that. And he came back with Abel. And
who was he using originally? Viper, right?
Viper, Abel, Dawson. He was trying different stuff, and none of it worked. And he came back with Abel, and he told me, he was like, I did a lot of the research and planning, and I think I'm going to beat you this time. And I was like, Abel Geef is 2-8.
Yeah,
you're gonna get eaten up. I didn't say it like that, but sure enough, we played, and he definitely beat me.
Okay.
And I was like, wow, you really put in the work. How are you doing that with Abel? That seems like such a bad now I think it's an even matchup.
Right, yeah.
But at the time, he was so good at taking ideas that nobody else even recognized and making them happen in a really strong way. It was really impressive to me. And he started winning a bunch of tournaments again.
Is that actually true, Yosh? Yosh states in the chat that Combofiend was born in 85, apparently the master year, because that's when Jaewon, Tokido, and Momochi were born.
I'm pretty sure he's younger than me, so I think, yeah.
Yeah, that is a crazy year then, jeez. But yeah, no.
But yeah, anyway, he was a really, really good competitor. He adapted quickly. He again, as you mentioned with the funky characters, he was so good at finding unorthodox things that other people just didn't
jump
notice.
Back fierce with Abel was one of the things. And you know what? He actually was, and he credits a lot of this too, is he was molded by Alex Vai.
Sure.
By the drive to beat him.
Right.
All he did was try to beat Alex. He hated losing to Alex Vai so much. He considered Vai such a rival, and so that's how he kind of also developed that rush down, crazy manic style.
When he came back with the Abel, I was like, dude, how'd you do that? Basically after, and he was like, man, I did that with Alex Vai. You don't think I can do that with you? I was like, all right, man, fair enough. You got me.
Fair enough.
All right. Anyway, I hope good things for him. I hope he figures it out and lands at a good spot. So.
Dude, are there a lot of people in here from 85?
I'm sure we got a lot of old people in this
AJ
stream.
Potatoes from 85, so I guess the year is not that good then.
Whoa.
Still remember AJ. I've told you the story a million times. So, he went to UCR. My best friend from high school was teaching at UCR. Yeah. And apparently he taught AJ at one point in time. And they were... this was at the Rio. He's walking down the hall to go to Evo, and he passes by my best friend. He was like, "What is my professor doing here?" He's like, "Why are you here?" He's like, "Here for Evo." He's like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm really good friends with James Chen." He's like, "What?"
Yeah.
And then one day at Shiggle BMX's garage, AJ was like, "Man, I feel so old." And I just looked at him like, "May I remind you?"
Right. Yeah.
that my best friend was your professor in college. Okay.
Man, he must have been an early, a young professor.
Oh, yeah.
Must
He was
really
super young. I mean, he was doing it, as part of his graduate school stuff. And stuff
that makes sense.
So, so he was doing a lot of that stuff, so... No, Mr. Keebler, you're off by a little bit.
Yep, not quite, friend.
Yeah, more. More. 1878. Quinn B's got it right. There you go. All right. Let's also talk about, they just recently had the trailer for Hellboy.
Yes, they did.
Injustice. So this is on the heels of the Atom announcement. I saw the trailer, and I was like, the Atom looks so sick. I was super hyped for Hellboy. I saw the Hellboy trailer.
You didn't like it. What'd you think? Tell me.
It was so boring.
Boring?
It was so boring. Just nothing about him felt I just wanted to see him just I don't know. It's just it was the same thing again. Punch. And then a gunshot here and there. I don't know. There's something missing.
I am totally with you.
I don't know. Really? Oh, okay.
I think he looks very boring. I am very surprised that his right hand of doom switches sides.
Right.
And weirdly too, not just it switches sides only if he's one side or the other. It's during a move, it switched multiple times.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, go back and look.
I didn't notice
Oh
that.
yeah, there was one move where it was just It was really bad looking, and I'm really surprised that the rights holder let that happen. I know that it would be much more work for that to not happen.
Yeah.
I get it, but like I'm so surprised that they didn't insist on that. I don't know.
I mean, the only way they could make it work that way, honestly, is if they Tekkened him. So, if in case people don't understand, there's 3 different philosophies in terms of 3D fighting games. Okay, so there's the EX and the Tekken method, which is when you're on the left, you're always facing. How can I give this kick away now?
I just solved it.
When you're on the left, you're always facing forward. When you're on the right, you always have your back facing. That's the Tekken method. That's the EX method, right? Then there's games like Injustice and Virtua Fighter where you can just face either way. It just moves just mirror depending on which side is leaning forward, right? Then there's the Street Fighter 4 system, which is you're always facing forward and everything just flips when you jump from one side to the other. Right, so Oro would literally, if he was in the game, he would literally just switch arms on which one was showing up by just jumping over to the other side.
Yeah.
Basically mimicking 2D games as much as possible, right? Things like the patch can move side to side. So if they had Tekken/EX'd him so that his back was facing all the time, actually you would have to probably be forward, like if it's his right hand of Doom, he would always have to be back on the first player's side and then forward on the second player's side. That would have been the only way to fix it.
Well, they didn't. So I don't think that looks very good. And I feel like he looks weird. Like he's drawn with skinny legs, but like man, he has really skinny legs, and it's like jarring looking within the context of the game. And his moves look basically like Doomsday to me from Injustice 1.
Oh,
like he has the shoulder tackle. He has the supernova, go up in there, land on him, move. His trait is basically Doomsday's, where you hit him and he just keeps moving, you know. So he looks very Doomsday-ish with gunshots, you know. And in Injustice, if you have gunshots, it doesn't mean you're a zoner.
Right, yeah.
Right, you know, there's a lot of characters who are not zoners that have projectiles, so he's probably not a zoner. But yeah, he looks like he has command grabs, although are those gear or not, who knows. But yeah, he seems like a mostly up close brawler kind of guy. I just don't think he looks very good, and he looks like he plays like a character that I found very boring, Doomsday. You know, I spoke with White Boy at the Last Chance qualifiers, an Injustice player, and he plays Scarecrow now. He played Jason previously, and he played Doomsday in Injustice 1. His shtick is that he plays zoners. I'm sorry, he plays monsters.
Okay,
plays monsters
gotcha,
only.
Gotcha.
And he was telling me at Last Chance qualifiers that if Hellboy looks cool, he'll play Hellboy, and he was really hoping that he plays like Doomsday. I think he plays like Doomsday, but I'm looking forward to seeing if he thinks that Hellboy looks cool. I don't know.
I don't know. I just didn't like the variety of his appearance. He just, like, the moveset looked so generic. And, I don't know Hellboy enough to know what you should do with him and everything like that. I've seen the movie, the original movie, Hellboy, and there's a scene where he, like, punches the car and the car just, like, flies up in the air. Like, I feel like he should be all about, like, single hit kind of things. Like, what would it be like if they just made an Injustice character without a strings? You know what I mean? Or something like that, where everything was just like, BOOM! And that was it. Like, I don't know, like, I feel like that might have worked for him a little bit more.
See that?
But to have him still go kicks, why does he even have a kick? Like, he should not have, I don't know. Like,
I don't know, man.
Anyways.
That's what they do.
But, like I said, I'm so sad because the Atom was so cool.
Yes, the Atom still looks super cool.
Super cool. I'd almost be like, okay, I'm going to second this character now.
He looks cool
kind of
sure.
situation. So.
But there's the Hellboy. All right.
Yep. He just brawls. So I did not get a chance to organize all this stuff here, but coming up in a couple weeks, it's so funny because like I keep feeling like, man, all right, I'm back from Canada Cup. I don't have to travel for a while.
Okay.
But that's not true because we're going to Red Bull Battlegrounds, I think. Yeah. So, Red Bull Battlegrounds is coming up very soon. In any case, spoilers. I think we're going there. So
we'll see. We haven't been announced yet.
Yeah, that's true. So, but there's actually going to be a lot of cool things going there. There's actually going to be a lot of nostalgia there. So there's going to be like Ultra Street Fighter 4, Third Strike, and Super Turbo there.
Oh yeah.
Not only that, and this is unfortunate because it was announced very late, like literally like 3 or 4 days ago. But for Super Turbo, Oto-chan and Anakin are coming. Odo-chan and Aniken, two of the greatest ST players of all time, are showing up. It's so funny too, because like I was talking to some of the people, and like the Japanese apparently were telling stories that like Aniken is just like he was on the Beast TV, and he like they were asking like who's the greatest Super Turbo player of all time. He was like, probably me. And then someone said that they could beat you like 60-40 or something like that. He was like, what? And like he got like really upset about it. So sick. I can see that coming from Aniken actually. So
no, not Anakin. Aniken.
Yeah, Aniken. Aniken. Yeah. Yes. But apparently Aniken and Oto-chan are showing up over there. So I'm excited about that.
Very cool. I didn't know about that.
Very excited about that. And it sucks because it was announced super late. So I was talking to Damdai in Canada, and he was like, I'm probably not going to go. He's like, tickets are super expensive now. He's like, I didn't know he was going to show up until like 2 days ago.
Right.
So like a lot of people couldn't actually. So like otherwise that probably would have been another crazy Super Turbo gathering that everyone would have went to. You know what I mean? But like, so I don't know what they have planned for those kind of players and stuff like that. But they say they're going to have a game. This is the official press release, by the way. A game-like venue. Capcom Pro Tour North American Finals at Red Bull Battlegrounds take place at the Castle in Boston on November 18th through 19th. The historical landmark is reminiscent of the Street Fighter V Union Station stage.
That's not even America, man.
Giving attendees the opportunity to feel like they are in the game. Hundreds of hopeful challengers from around the continent will gather at the two-day spectacle for a 512-player open bracket tournament and a chance at winning a spot at the grand finals on Sunday.
Okay.
So there you go. I guess there's going to be some virtual reality stuff, including the Street Fighter 2 bonus stage virtual reality experience. This was cool. Last year they had a really awesome art section.
Oh, that's right, they did.
So this year it sounds like they're going to do the same thing. And Mark Those will be creating a 5-piece mural showcasing the creative evolution of Street Fighter V characters since introduced from 1987. I don't know if he's one of the same guys that was there last year, but there were definitely two people who were painting murals on the spot, just like as the weekend was going, and it kept getting more and more complete. Yes.
Very
it was
cool.
Very beautiful, too.
Very, very nice.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Yeah.
It's going to be free for spectators to attend. To compete, you have to pay. It'll be free for spectators, and so this should be... It was pretty cool last year. Red Bull really went all out last year, so I'm assuming this year is going to be pretty sick, too.
I would think. Yeah, they did a really good job. So, yeah. All right.
And just so people are clear on this, because everyone I talked to at Canada Cup had no idea how this worked.
Okay.
So... there's 31 spots in the Capcom Pro Tour because the 32nd spot goes to Knuckle Dude, technically, right? Because he's auto qualifies from last year.
There are 30, right? 30 people qualify via points.
No, 31 qualify via points.
Isn't there a last chance qualifier at Capcom?
Oh, you're right. Okay, so there's going to be 31 going. Yeah, there's 31 listed there, and then 32nd will be the last chance qualifier there. So a lot of people are like, wait, so doesn't this guy here qualify automatically? So shouldn't there be yes, technically speaking, but basically the only first place gets points here. So there's no points for anybody else. Okay. Only first place gets points. And only if he doesn't get into the top 31 does he take over a spot.
Okay, what if he's not in the top 31? Whose spot does he take?
He takes the 31st person spot, basically.
Oh.
Which is weird. So it's not that they've reserved a spot for him. They didn't reserve a spot for him because if he's already in the top, he doesn't open up a spot for somebody else. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So it's not 31, it's 30 because Do. So if Do was not in the top 30 points, he would still qualify anyway. Right. Even if he was the worst player in the world.
Right.
And then there's the last chance qualifier. Mm-hmm. And then 30th place could get preempted by the North American regionals final,
right?
If they're not otherwise in the top 30. What about the other regional placers like Europe and Japan?
So they already. Asia? So there's going to be a Latin one still.
And Latin,
that one hasn't happened yet, but the other two have happened, and the two people who've qualified already in the top.
But if they were not, would there be 4 places that were taken up?
Yes.
So you have to be 26th or above to be certain that you're going to make it into Capcom Cup.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
To be absolutely positive. But because 2 of them are already cleared and Knuckle Dew is also already in there, now it's 30th or better because there's only 2 more last chance qualifiers that could preempt those spots. So
No, you have to be... It's
29th
28th.
or better.
29th or better.
Because
no,
NuckleDo's already in there.
But the North American and Latin qualifiers could still get in.
Right.
And they might be
30
randos.
and 31. In 30 and 31. And then the last chance qualifier will be 32. So you have to be 29 or above.
Yeah, because NuckleDo's in there in points. All right, fine. Yeah.
Isn't it great that it's so much more clear this year?
You know, it's just, come on. It's not hard to do this. Anyway. Good luck to everybody in making Capcom Cup. All right.
Yep. Okay. Let's see. What else do I have for event information? Oh, actually, there was also a.
That's
awesome. That was the Third Strike song, right?
No, that was CVS 2.
Oh, that was CVS 2. You're right. Okay. North American's first Pokken Tournament DX major final boss happened this past weekend as well, and 7th place was Thanks Swallet from Illinois with Sceptile, and STDX Alistair with Mewtwo and Suicune. 5th place was INC Roxo the Savage from New York with Garchomp and Caesar, and Twixie from North Carolina with Chandelure. 4th place Toasty from Texas with Lucario. 3rd place ELM JP with Suicune. 2nd place Slipping Bug from Texas with Pikachu Libre, Caesar, and Machamp. And 1st place was Rampage Azazel from Japan with Machamp. This is so that was this weekend.
Let's go Azazel. Woo! Machamp.
Let's see here. So some game news that's coming up. New characters in Dragon Ball Z were announced.
All right.
Let me see if I have these. That says that it's going to be revealed. Where's the... Yep, there it is. And so it is Nappa and Ginyu. Ginyu.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
No, it's fine.
But they have been announced as characters coming up in Dragon Ball FighterZ. So 2 more characters for you. There was also a source that apparently leaked Bulma, but they're not sure if that actually means anything or not. So I'm not sure if it's trying to be walked back or anything like that.
Well, the cool thing about Ginyu is that he can switch places with the opponent's character.
Right? Yeah.
That's wild.
Like and like if he has more life than you, and you hit him with the move, you literally like swap the life bars, and you just start controlling the other guy, and then you give your opponent the less health, which is super cool.
It's crazy, but very interesting.
Isn't there also another character? How one of the characters that like fights with a team or something, kind of like Captain Commando does, like he calls his friends out or whatever, like that. Okay.
But yeah, I'm really looking forward to the body swap idea. That sounds super interesting.
It's actually really cool. But another character announcement is that Mazu, the sea goddess, will be unleashed on the Fight of Gods roster on October 30th, which was yesterday. So
interesting.
A new character is available for Fight of Gods.
Who is Mazu the sea goddess? I am not familiar with this god.
Apparently, the Chinese sea goddess Mazu looks to shake things up with her demon assists and magic lamp.
Ooh, there's a reveal trailer and everything.
Yeah,
sick.
there you go.
All right, rad.
Alright, so definitely check that out.
I will. My Fight of Gods updated itself on Steam earlier today, and I was like, I'm busy. But, alright, I'll try it out.
Also, King of Fighters Neo Wave is an original Xbox title, but it has joined backwards compatibility on Xbox One. So if you owned that game back then, you can now play it on your Xbox One.
Okay.
Which I can't do because I don't have an Xbox One right now.
Oh, that's right. You died.
Because otherwise I'd be playing Cuphead right now, and I'm not playing Cuphead.
Oh, bummer. It's
Dude, when I brought it to the Microsoft store, too, I was like, yeah, I just really want to get this fixed to play Cuphead. He's like, you can buy it on Windows 10, and it's like, you get dual purchase, so you can start playing it out, keep your save, and blah, blah, blah. I was like,
Will it?
Yeah.
It keeps your save and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So you
I
can
didn't
switch
know that.
between systems and stuff like that.
That is cool.
Yeah, but I was just like, whatever.
Yeah.
Playing games on PC.
Haha.
Whatever. Also, apparently on Steam, a bunch of fighting games have gone on sale. I don't know how long this one is going to last. But holy crap, there's a lot of games on here for sale.
Wow,
So-
that's just look. You can't say everything.
All right. Well, Guilty Gear versions are anywhere from 50 to 66% off. Like Revelator, the complete one, is 50% off. Last Blade is 50% off. Arcana Heart Love 3, Arcana Heart 3 Love Max is 80% off.
Dang.
Skullgirl's second Encore upgrade is 60%
Yeah,
off.
Skullgirl's way off. Bunch of characters way off for them.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat XL is 60% off right now.
Man.
Mortal Kombat Complete Edition, which is like, wasn't that like 1, 2, and 3 or something like that? That's
idea.
75% off. Yatagarasu's 34% off. Blaze Blue, a whole bunch of different ones are anywhere from 33 to 75% off. Under Night In-Birth EXE Late is 67% off. Valhalla is 27% off. King of Fighters 13 and 14 are 75 and 34% off. Respectively, a bunch of King of Fighters triple packs, 2002 Unlimited. Garu Mark of the Wolves is 50% off. Nidhogg is 50% off.
Right.
And Nidhogg 2 is 15% off.
All right.
So check that out. A lot of fighting games on sale on Steam right now.
Very
So
cool. All right,
you should
cool.
play your fighting games on PC.
Yeah. I never actually bought Under Night, so I'll do that.
Oh, sweet. Okay, that's actually a good idea. Yeah, what I need to do is I need to buy a new hard drive. I'm just going to reinstall Windows on there, and then turn my C drive once I get everything backed up and everything like that. Just turn my original C drive into like probably my Steam drive or something like that. Try to install everything on there. My pants are definitely 100%. I am definitely not wearing pants right now, so I'm wearing comfortable stuff. Pants are not comfortable. Should mention that I don't know what this is all about. I saw this link and I was going to read it on the stream. So it says SNK is expanding their esports initiative to cover all fighting games developed by the company. I don't know what this means. So apparently they want to do stuff past King of Fighters 14. So maybe helping old games like KOF 98 and KOF 2K2 and such. I mean, if that's true, that's cool. Like going back and trying to support old games.
That is very cool. What?
I almost thought you were about to smash into the buttercream with your arm, that's all. So.
Very cool.
The fact that this opens the door for full support for future fighting games from SNK. Yeah, and actually just on Twitter recently, there was a link that's the producer said the future of 14 is like uncertain right now, but 15 is definitely something that they want to make.
Right.
And my thought on that was just based on how well 12 to 13 improved. I'm really excited to see what they could do with 15 with already all the resources from 14.
Right.
So if they can tweak the models even further, they don't have to worry about like developing and then putting an upgrade graphics patch. Like they have this already, they can add a bunch of stuff to it. So
Right. Sure.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, we talked about the rumors of a new Neo Geo Battle Coliseum.
That's what we did. Yeah, that's crazy, but yeah.
Also, apparently Arxis wants to hear opinions on Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle.
All right. Show Tager.
Yeah, actually, Tager versus Waldstein might actually be kind of cool.
Ooh, that would be cool.
That would actually be kind of interesting. Although I feel like Waldstein would blow him up, but that's just because I think Waldstein blows everybody up. Because how do you make a grappler with freaking Dulcim arms, dude? Like, I just don't know how that can ever be fair, dude. Oh, it's genius, but like I just don't think it could ever be fair. So
Well, Tager has magnet hands. So.
okay, fair enough.
So.
But it just asks for like gender, age, region, what event you've played the game. You know, asks about mechanics, etc., like that. So if you just search for Arxis Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle and Opinion on Shoryuken.com, you'll be able to find a link to that survey.
Cool.
If you have managed a chance to play it at like a con or festival or something to that degree. So it was announced that Dragon left. What was his original team? It was Noble, that's right. But he has assigned with Allegiance.
Yeah.
So he is now part of the Allegiance team. How big is Allegiance?
They're pretty big. They're not. I don't think they've done other stuff in the FGC. I think they may have like a Smash dude.
Okay.
But yeah, they're getting in there.
There you go. So,
but he's well taken care of.
Yeah, that's good. Glad to hear that. Skullgirl's second encore. When basically a lot of people backed it and everything like that, and you were supposed to be able to get a special edition physical copy of the game. Those are finally shipping out now. And so there's basically a disc release of the game. So if you were one of those people who was going to receive one of those, you should be receiving that pretty soon.
Nice.
Fightcade, there's a new beta for Fightcade.
Yeah, that's right.
And you can sign up for the beta if you are an account holder from 2015 or before.
Right.
But I think it's going public very soon.
Okay.
That everybody can play it. But yeah, it's really interesting. Like, it looks like they have a new menu screen.
Yeah,
Like that just shows how many people are playing, etc., etc. I'm not sure what else is getting added to it. And I know a bunch of people keep telling me that I need to go play some ST on Fightcade.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I haven't been on there in a few years.
Yeah.
I'm down. I'm down.
And then, finally, this part is cool to me because I definitely need to get my hands on these things right here.
Whoa,
Let me see if I can
I haven't
actually
seen this.
get this onto the screen here.
Internet, go.
Udon created a bunch of special covers for their Street Fighter vs. Darkstalkers series. And they are going to now release them as posters because everyone wanted them as posters.
Cool.
And that is because they are the coolest things ever, and I need to own these posters.
Look, that's so
like,
cool,
now,
man.
dude, like, seriously, I need these posters. Look at this. And it's like Chun-Li in the other outfit. There's Ad Karis with Jury over here, these old school movie posters.
Jury Han, Gunmaster.
Yeah, and then Dimitri and Ryu here. Rico and Laura. Laura just looks angry to be underwater.
Yeah.
It's actually really funny. And then there's like the Victor and Bison down here.
Victor von Gardenheim.
And then, yeah, the first one that we saw with, with Blanca fighting Victor and Chun-Li down there.
That's so cool.
Agent Chun-Li. These are really cool. Like, I want these posters.
Yeah, me too. I didn't know about this.
Really
I would really like to pick this up.
Yeah, I need to grab some of those. So
They are $19.95 each. That seems very reasonable. All right, yeah, I'm definitely gonna do this.
Yeah, actually, that is pretty
cool,
reasonable,
man. I'm in there.
I will definitely try to pick those up. So, but very cool, very cool
that's
stuff.
very
So, yeah. That's all I have for game news.
Picked this shirt up from Drew at 50/50.
Nice.
The Toronto folks slung it in Toronto. He's an old school Pound Capcom IRC head, and very cool to see him doing good stuff. He's selling a lot of things out there, and they have good designs and good shirts.
I did the most meta segue on stream this past weekend. I used Sajam's segs as a seg.
Okay.
Because the 50/50 slide was on there, and I was like, yeah, they actually saved Sajam because he just came from Atlanta, and it's cold over here, and he didn't have a hoodie, so he bought a hoodie, and the slide changed to, like, Vertigear chairs. I was like, and speaking of Sajam, if he was here, he would find a way to seg into Vertigear chairs. And blah, blah, blah.
Nice.
I used Sajam as the seg. That is some true meta right there.
Do you call it segs?
Segways, you mean? Or
Yeah.
yeah.
You call them segs?
Sometimes, yeah. Why?
Just never heard you say that, but that's all right.
Like,
I'm not saying it's bad. I just,
okay.
Yeah. Anyway. Cool.
Also, I'm really actually starting to like this weird Black Panther Hawkeye team that I'm creating.
Black Panther Hawkeye. What stone?
I'm trying to decide. Power might be the best one because it allows Black Panther one extra mix-up that he doesn't have without it.
Okay.
But the interesting thing about this team is that it's very back wall. It's all designed to be back wall because Black Panther has his best mix-ups from the wall. Well, Hawkeye wants to be a screen away all the time, so every time he tags in, Black Panther comes at the wall. So I can fire arrows, come at the wall, cling to the wall, go to an immediate mix-up, right? And then anytime I'm fighting with Black Panther, he can go to the wall anytime he wants and tag in Hawkeye, and Hawkeye comes in from the wall.
I see what you
and
mean.
he fights from over there.
Okay.
Not only that, but there is a sick-ass mix-up that I found with this team.
Okay.
Is that if I end any combo into ice, and this is why the Spider-Man capture actually hurts him the most, because if you ice twice, the next hit will cause him to flip out.
Okay.
So you can only end your combos with the ice.
Okay.
But if you end your combos with the ice arrow and immediately tag in Black Panther, let him run in most of the way and then cling to the wall and jump off the wall, you are frozen in ice and it turns into a standing reset. And I can hit you with jab on the way up, and if I chain that into Fierce, the Fierce turns into a cross-up. and it's a reset.
Standing reset sounds really good.
So you're standing reset from a screen away. You come off the wall. You jab into Fierce. The jab into Fierce does not combo. The Fierce crosses up, and then you get into a big old combo.
So the jab is part of the combo. You're hitting them while they're in the ice.
Mm-hmm. It takes them out of the ice.
Okay.
The Fierce does not combo. It crosses them up, or I can cancel it into drop, land, low short from the front. So I have this jab reset into a mix-up
I like it a lot.
automatically from there, and then end that combo with ice and do it again.
I like it a lot.
etc. So there's like some tricky stuff going on, and it's weird. It's like weird that it has this weird synergy that seems to work pretty decently.
I really like the idea of going back to the wall and then calling Hawkeye, though. I think that makes a lot of sense. My theory, Black Panther team is Panther, Arthur, Mind.
Oh, that's right. And the reason why I want power, just to explain that, is that if I cling to the wall as low as possible, I can always go for an attack from the front, but it's really hard to convert from a cross-up. But if I have the power gem, I can actually go right above your head, and before he clings to the other wall, activate power, and it turns around, and that turns into a cross-up. It's the only way I've been able to get that situation as a cross-up, and so I feel like power will be good for him. It might be good for Hawkeye as a defense. Also,
makes sense.
Because Hawkeye has bad defense and he has bad mobility, so I can just use that as the commando in the hand.
Yeah.
So like it's like weird. Like I don't know.
Interesting.
Like it makes me upset that I'm actually interested in this team because I know like people don't consider Black Panther very good.
No, I think he will be good. I think it's interesting ideas like that that'll get him there. The idea for me was similar in some respects with Panther, Arthur. I want to have Mind. Panther's not a good mix-up character, but he gets to where you want to be on screen super fast.
Right.
And Arthur has sick mix-ups up close, but it's hard for him to get there. And he also has good zoning, but it's hard for him to get there.
Right.
So I feel like Panther gets him to those spots. And the idea of moving back then calling Arthur makes me think even better about that team. And when either character is up close, Panther A has a mix-up, command grab, and Arthur has even better mix-ups than just overhead low.
Right.
And having a ton of meter, I think, is really useful, especially with Arthur, because that means that you get a ton of level 3s, which are ridiculous.
Right.
Level 3 is crazy good. And you get a bunch of level 1 super calls into mix-ups.
Right.
Like, that's when you can really mix up, especially with a command grab. Like, a command grab with that mix-up is wild, because you can do Goddess Bracelet, then have Arthur jump, then he tags, and then there's like a little bubble that appears.
Right,
and then you're in there, and it's like, alright, command grab or an overhead or a low or whatever, or side switch.
Okay, I like that.
And with a very mobile character, the side switch is real.
Right. And
like
by the way, this will also work with your Arthur team as well. You know, Black Panther super in the air, where he jumps back and then he charges forward, he goes back to the wall. So I tag there. And then Hawkeye jumps in, he finishes the combo, and I'm a screen away.
Right, that makes sense.
You know what I mean? Like, there's just, like, weird parts that all worked out.
Like
and I was like, why is this working so well? Like, you know, so I'm kind of excited by that.
I think Mind is kind of ass, but I do think that there are at least some teams where it can be viable. And probably not the best, but viable. And that's what I want to try out, because I haven't tried Mind at all. I've tried the other stones. And Mind, I just wrote off at the start, and now I want to try it out. So I'm thinking about doing it with Panther, Arthur, Mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
I tried Reality for a bit, but I think it's super boring, so I didn't keep it up.
Yeah, I will also say, though, Black Panther is... he's so execution heavy. Like,
I'm going to be terrible.
Nuts. That character... Like, even for me, I'm just, like, having trouble, like, getting things to work consistently. Because I'm trying to do uppercut combos. You know, uppercut into fall, and a dash, and into attack and juggle. And, like, I have just been having so many, like, pains just trying to get that to work and everything.
It's fast.
He's such an interesting character to me. It makes me sad that he might not be good.
I don't think he's bad. I really don't. I just think that he's not the same character.
He's not obvious.
He's not obvious. I talked about this before. I feel like he's not a traditional assist. He's not a traditional point. He's an instigator. He gets the party started. It's different than, if you view him like that, then he can... And what you're talking about is exactly that.
Right.
He gets your Hawkeye to where you want him to be. And Hawkeye gets Panther in where he wants to be. I feel like that makes a lot of sense.
I picture my team as like a yo-yo team. It's literally like try to attack, try
to
attack.
That's exactly what I think of.
Try to attack.
Exactly my thought on Panther is that he is that guy.
Because the thing is, he's actually not that good close up. He's better from a screen away.
I think so too. I think so too. Okay. Cool, man. Ideas. That said, I haven't and probably won't be playing Marvel for the next couple of weeks because I'm trying to just play Injustice while ELEAGUE is happening.
Makes sense.
But I'm looking forward to getting back into it, Adford.
Yeah, I haven't played a lot of fighting games recently at all. Like, I've just been busy and traveling and everything like that. Now, Super Mario Odyssey, I haven't.
Dude, I know I said I was going to buy a Switch before and I didn't. But now I'm going to buy a Switch.
Okay. I've been hearing nothing but just the most ridiculous things about this game.
Yeah.
And so, but I need to beat Breath of the Wild. I'm at the end.
Okay.
I'm at the end. I can beat it now if I wanted to.
Right.
So I think I'm just going to do that so I can move on
to
Super Mario Odyssey and start streaming that instead.
Sick. Yeah, no, it looks like a really good game. Why is USA looking so free at the moment? Question, sloth face.
I mean, I think that's an exaggeration. I don't think.
Of course it is. But also, Japan's the best. I mean, they've been the best. There's, at the very top, I feel like America and Europe are at the same spot. That there is reasonably parity there among the very best of NA, the very best of EU, and the very best of Japan. But then if you go even a few spots below that, Japan has considerably bigger depth of field.
For sure. And now there might be an arcade release, and if that comes out, it's going to be interesting times.
For sure. EU did win EVO, although it was an SF4. But right now, look at that problem fella. He's doing pretty well. He just won 3 big events over in Europe, including when plenty of Japanese players were there. And he just got, was it 5th he ended up at this, one of the most stacked tournaments of the year. Phenom was right there. They're doing fine.
Yep.
They're doing fine.
You are missing out, Dead Richard. Seriously, Nintendo games are probably the cumulative greatest gaming company in terms of game quality ever made.
You taking it back all the way to the 80s?
Yeah.
Hard to argue with that then.
Cumulatively, I think that they have the greatest games. Even if you just talk about the last 10 years, I think they may even have some of the greatest games.
They certainly have some of them.
Yeah. But it's consistent with them. You know what I mean? There's very, very few really bad, high-profile Nintendo games that come out.
That's true. It's. I don't know if they've ever had a terrible game. Maybe a couple times, but almost never.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Nintendo as a developer.
Yeah.
Not just a publisher.
Yeah. Not a publisher, but it's just as a developer. Yeah, I just feel like they've almost never had bad games. So
pretty much.
I think Nintendo is in my opinion, of course, like I said, I always have to throw out the caveat. I'm the biggest Nintendo fanboy ever. But cumulatively, I think they just have the most ridiculous library ever. So
EX Flippity Doo is, I think, plus 13 on block, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, and EX
Clickety Clack plus 1.
There was also Twirlies, which those are throws, so that doesn't really count.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I feel like I wanted to say EX Crotch Rocket for SPD, but I just felt like that was probably not the right thing to say on a Capcom stream. I thought that sounded like a pretty good one, though.
I don't think Seg would have cared anyway. So
he might not have, but I don't know who else would have. Yeah, no, of course, it's there's only a few people in Europe who are at that top level, but that's how it is everywhere. Well, except for Japan, which is full of it. But North America gets a lot of credit for what...
Headline, David says Japan is full of it.
Dang! NA gets credit because we have a dude in Florida who did well.
And he won.
And he did win. Yeah. We have a dude in Philadelphia who seems really good. Right? I mean, there's a few people. It's not nobody, but there's a lot of people in NA who are getting credit for... But that's how it works.
Even something like CEO, Snake Eyes won that, right? Remember? Snake Eyes was Snake Eyes is back in the throw of things.
Of course.
And then, I don't know where he is now, but...
Was he here? I don't think he was.
No, he wasn't here. Yeah. He hasn't been going to a lot of
events. That's what I thought.
It's been weird, so...
Yeah. That's right, the country of America. Which, obviously not real. But that's... We talk about things on a continental basis, typically. When we're talking about NA, that's a continent. And we talk about Europe as a continent, and even though there may not be the best players in the world from Austria, right? I don't think Luxembourg has top players. It's not to say that we can't talk about it as a continent. I still feel like that's the easiest and most effective way to talk about it.
Right. I mean, Wednesday Fights, Alex Myers did the best. Well, I guess Alex Myers is NorCal now, technically.
Yeah.
He'll always be SoCal at heart, though.
Cali.
But interesting. We did talk about Zeku last week. We talked about impressions of him because he had just come out literally that day. Currently, it seems like a lot of people don't think he's particularly strong, and that he seems very footsie, like old Zeku.
Yeah.
I just call him Zeku and Strider, dude. That's all I call him.
Okay,
Zeku
you got
and
it.
Strider.
Let's do it.
So Zeku is very footsie, he's very kind of zony based, and actually, my initial thoughts was that that Strider was probably going to be better, but I think Zeku might actually be a stronger stance. But a lot of people do have this theory that he's being developed with Season 3 in mind, that they don't like that he's already balanced for Season 3, so they just put him in here like how he is, kind of. And so, who knows, maybe he's not built for this particular season. So, we'll see.
Could be. His quick get up and back roll timings are different than everybody else, so that's one difference there. Are there any Canadians in Capcom Cup? Yup, Timo.
It's true.
Fact.
He's going to be there. And actually, the fact that his back roll is a little bit longer than everyone else actually makes him worse.
Yeah, it seems
Because
worse.
now you have the ability to cover both rolls.
Easily, without a particular button.
Yeah. Without like a low jab, you know, it's like...
Or like a button that has a ton of active frames.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. If that's where they're going, then that's weird, because that makes defense even worse, and defense is already bad, so that seems strange.
Yeah, I know.
Although very believable.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I was part of the people cheering on Timo. I was yelling Timo, even though he beat Richard.
Yeah, I was rooting for Richard, but...
Me too, but then once Timo won...
Oh, yeah.
I was like, alright, I joined in the old crowd.
You gotta be happy for him.
I joined in the chat. Anyway, anything else to talk about here? What do we got?
Oh, whoa. His heavy normals in Strider mode also have 5 extra recovery frames on whiff. Could also be a new change for Season 3.
Could be. What do we think about Lat Am?
Dude,
I think some of the best players in the world are from Latin America.
DRA, Kaba, and Mena RD are all from LATAM, so like...
Brolinho is very strong.
Mysterio is from there.
Yeah, he's
as
good.
Well. He hasn't had a chance to prove himself. Keoma's from there.
Keoma has been great in the past.
Yeah.
Mono, if he were to play Bison instead of Fang.
Yeah.
I think Fang's alright, but I definitely think that Mono would be better if he played Bison. So.
Oh, that's right. And it was also announced, we forgot to talk about this, Evo. Evo was announced that was going to be back at the Mandalay Bay, but in August. It was the first weekend of August.
August Evo, that's right. It has been many moons.
Yeah. It started in
It
August.
was in August for lots of years.
Yeah, it was very late August for many years.
Yeah, late August.
And it was moved because that's when a lot of Japan started going back to school.
That's when a lot of America started going back to school. I couldn't go to Evo for years because of
Oh,
that.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, dang. Okay,
Between 2004 and 2010, I didn't go to Evo because I was going back to school every year.
Right,
and
right.
friggin' Evo started the same weekend or like right before, and I couldn't do it. So finally, they moved it to July. But early August should not conflict with that stuff.
No.
Should not be a problem. And in fact, I like it because I feel like it spaces out the year a little bit more. In, previously it's been CEO, then like 3 weekends later is Evo. It's very soon after. I'm happy to have it be a month later instead.
Right. I mean, obviously that might hurt CEO a little bit because a lot of people used to come into America for CEO and then just stick around till Evo.
That's true.
But CEO, this is the year that it's going to be in the new location, right? It's going to be in Daytona and it's going to be like super big arena and everything like that. So you're not going to want to miss that anyway. So I don't think it'll be too much of a problem. But yeah, it was too close to that.
I didn't start going to college in 2004, but it was easier for me because I was living in Southern California where Evo was.
Right.
So I just literally drove to Evo.
Right.
I didn't have to fly. It wasn't like a big trip. But once it then moved to Vegas after that, and I could not easily just drive to Vegas in the same way. You know what I mean? It had to be a trip.
Right.
And I just didn't have time to do that anymore.
Makes sense. But yeah, no, I don't think that there's any problem with it being in August.
No, it's great, I think.
I think it's good.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm happy that they're back at the same place because I really liked it.
Yeah, and there's no reason not to, honestly. Like, if you're worried about, obviously what happened in Vegas at the Mandalay Bay, I mean, it's the morbid way to look at it, honestly. But, like, I remember back in the 80s, early 80s, there was one point in time where, like, a few people got really sick from eating Jack in the Box.
I remember that.
Right? It was like early 80s, like they got really sick. Like one person might have even died or something like that, right? And funny thing is, I was talking to someone about it and they're like, you know what? right now is the safest time to go eat Jack in the Box. They're guaranteed to be the safest now because it happened to them. You know what I mean? And so, like, in a way, I feel like Mandalay Bay security is probably going to be stronger than any other places.
I'm sure they will step it up. But even if they were not to, it'd be stupid to just dump them because they were attacked.
Right.
That's not a good reason to dump them.
Right. Exactly.
I would feel bad about that. I don't want to live my life because some jerk face did some. You know, that's. I don't want to change for that.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
I don't want him to have some impact on how I live my life, other than to feel bad for people who were attacked.
Exactly.
So I'm glad that it's back there. And like I said, I really like the venue.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Anything else that you want to talk about? What was that about? Snaps into the.
I don't know, man.
To the happy.
It is a very nice hotel for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I guess that's about it then. Anything else?
Not that I can think of.
Oh, I saw some people asking the questions again. This exists because it says "Welcome Home Ultra" and was given to me by my girlfriend, who's a pastry chef, when I came back from traveling yesterday. And I immediately turned around and I pawned it off on James. And if he doesn't want it, I'm going to throw it in the trash.
I will give.
Wow, I sound like a jerk. God. Thanks for all the hard work.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to try to give this to my brother and have him pawn it off to people at his work or something like that. So you can't actually have this go to waste. You can't have this go to waste.
So the reason I'm tossing it is because it's not supposed to be back in our house.
Right. She's the one who made that rule,
yes,
right? So yes.
And this one is here. This pie is here because she's working on pie testing for a pie buffet that she's doing for her friend's wedding.
I will probably also give the rest of this to my brother.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. I can't take it home. So. All right, we're good. Yeah, we're in the fattening now. That's it.
This is the James the fattening thing.
I'm not bringing it to Atlanta, buddy. It's going to be gnarly by then.
Because David keeps bringing me these damn cakes.
It's not going. This is not the last one, guaranteed, dude.
All right, I just have to remember that on Tuesday, like, don't eat food.
I guess I'll try to remember. If she makes something for Monday or Tuesday, then I'll let you know.
Okay. Then I'll remember to eat something small, dude.
People want you to eat. Don't
I already ate one of them. I already ate one of them.
You did, and you had some of the buttercream, which was very heavy.
It was very buttery. I mean, I may eat like a tight. Well, I'm gonna have to chop off this much of it probably, just because that's the point that you smashed and ate directly from with your mouth.
Yeah, that's true.
That doesn't deter me. But, you know, I don't want to give that to other people. I'm okay with the David germs. Ew.
Man, you know what? So I saw at Canada Cup, the first time I saw Lap Chi, he was sitting at the bar, drinking at a little table, and I walked up and I was like, hey, and he was like, wow, Ultra David got fat.
Is that what he said?
Those were the first words out of his mouth.
Are you serious? God, Lap Chi.
And he came over to me and he was like, all right, man, don't suck it in. Let me see. And he like went over here, he did this, you know, and I was like, dang, all right, man. Woo. He's right. Yeah, he's right. And I was like, yeah, it's probably like an extra 10 to 15 pounds. I got to work on that. And he was like, I think it's 30.
Come on, Lap. Dang. See, you have reasons not to go back to Canada.
No, but you know what? I'd rather know. I'd rather my friends let me know. I let myself go.
Dude, so, I mean, I can't tell, but I don't notice these things. So I just know is that I've gained a shit ton of weight from the last 2 weekends of really terrible food. So, because even in Portland, like, I didn't eat very well there either. So, yeah.
Yeah, he jiggled me. Ugh.
He jiggled you. More like
Lap Chi.
Whoop. Dang. What a jerk.
Alrighty. Anyway, let's skedaddle. I'll work on it. My clothes still fit, so, you know, haven't exploded, but I'm getting there.
I need to work on it too, actually, so. I did lose a lot of weight at one point in time. I gained a little bit of it back, though, because of these last 2 weekends. So I need to get back to that, so. And this just, God. Anyways.
I will definitely not do keto.
I can't. I'm Asian. I have to eat rice and noodles.
It sounds terribly unhealthy and also very unpleasant.
Yeah.
And I don't want either of those things.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
I want the kind of diet that is both pleasant and good for you.
Good luck with that one.
Hey,
Good
that's what I
luck.
want.